Hey, Matt Noren at the Community Workbench. I proudly sponsor the Community Workbench and everything that it represents for local entrepreneurs. And speaking of which, I am a local entrepreneur. I am a realtor with Remax Bell Park in Hayville, Connecticut. Fully licensed in Connecticut to do commercial, rentals, and residential. I absolutely love my job, love working with clients. So if you are in any need for a realtor, please give me a call, 860-428-6534. Your dreams are my job. Welcome to the Community Workbench. This is Matt Noren and Kyle Morrissey. We are your hosts of the #1 podcast in my basement. At the bench, we try to repair the sense of community. So every week we bring you small businesses, entrepreneurs, community leaders, charities, and pretty much whoever we feel like talking to. And today we have a cancellation. Unfortunately, we have to reschedule with Linda from Tellerbrook Winery and Brewery. They had a family emergency, so we won't fault them for that. And I developed a cancellation call list, so now we can just call people that don't mind jumping in last minute.
Great idea.
And what's that?
I said, what a great idea you have.
And with that call list brought us Adam Rondeau from Chubby Dog.
So I'm just on this list of like if we need him.
Yeah.
Not like a list, just like if whatever.
Oh, you could not be on that list.
Yeah, we could get you off of it if you
I'm
want.
clearly the bottom now for saying yes.
And also Dillon Daigle from Daigle Farms.
How's it going, guys?
Going well.
Happy
going
to
well.
be here.
I still want to plug Tellerbrook Brewery. We are drinking their wine. We're having Woodstock Valley Red. It's a very good, smooth red wine. That's all I know about red wines is when they're smooth and when they're not.
You are just a sommelier, Matt. I don't know if
Watch your mouth. This is PG-13.
Oh, that's
Also, they have a few events coming up, so you should get to their Facebook and check it out. Cousins from Maine Lobster at Tellerbrook Brewery. That will be, if I know how to read.
And your lipstick.
Where is it? Oh, Saturday at 12 o'clock to 7 p.m. And then they are having Nick Boss at Tellerbrook Brewery for live music. That's Saturday at 2 p.m. And then this Wednesday, they're having Lit Sea Glass Hearts at Tellerbrook Brewery. And so anyway, everything's at their Facebook page, or you can go to your own Facebook page and hit events. If you're following them, they're right there in the filter. But really great business going on. They are the only property in Connecticut to have both a brewery and a winery. And they were the first ones to do that in Connecticut. So they're doing well, and hopefully they keep doing well because they have a really good product. So
Yeah, this stuff is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet,
Yeah.
but not too sweet.
right.
That's in some background.
Yeah, well, no. Growing up drinking
Those
it.
were technical terms.
Yeah. growing up drinking it fresh, like you do develop a little bit of what you like, obviously, and what you don't like. This one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
know that.
I'll say that. Also, big announcement. Kyle's back. Having the sniffles.
Yeah. Being man sick's tough.
2 weeks we went without you.
Yeah, it was rough.
ratings were great though.
I mean, it was
Just skyrocketed.
There was a comment said best podcast to ever
Oh,
come
good, you
out
got
of Matt Noren's basement.
well,
Thank you, Liz from Ashling Gym.
He was just trying to talk you up.
That was her comment. That was great.
Yeah, I missed a few. I love both of those. So, we had Friends of Assisi on last year too, and that was a great time. Jen
Yeah.
missed it too. So
Yeah, Jen Litkey missed it, and but we had a good time. And who knows? Maybe they'll want to be on the cancellation list, and we'll have them more often.
Let it be living proof if you can get here. If you just kiss his butt enough.
Or if you have like 4 minutes of notice.
Yeah. No, I think he gave me like 45 minutes, so that was really nice of you.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Hey, whatever you're doing, don't. We got an opportunity has arisen.
Ditch whoever you're with.
That's right.
Wife, a friend.
I want to say one time I invited you on and you were like, well, I have to judge a Dungeons and Dragons thing.
I did.
I was like, oh, I guess I don't rank very well.
No, you didn't. You were on the bottom of my list.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the D&D group that we run every Tuesday at the Danielson shop. They had their Halloween party, and they all obviously dressed up in character. So they wanted me to be a guest judge. I don't know why I was a guest. It was my
Wasn't at
bar.
Chubby Dog.
You were also
Oh, yeah.
Chubby Dog host.
You think? But yeah, so
Guest judge.
Yeah.
I had to miss you for that.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't you feel the love?
I'm feeling something.
It's him. He's playing footsies with you. He thinks it's my foot.
Yeah.
He's happy to be back in that seat.
Yeah, that's for sure. Doing both my job and Kyle's job is not fun on the podcast.
I have to do Kyle's job and Kyle's job every night too.
Well, that's why you're you.
You were sounding very professional earlier with that mixing board, and you're like, "Oh, so what's this button do?" And you just pushed it, and you're like, "We'll see what it does."
You know,
I see the training here is extensive.
or lack thereof.
Yeah, I wonder if there's someone that we could, fill in for us when we call in sick.
Or something
I
at work.
humbly accept.
I
I don't know.
that.
Dylan runs his own podcast.
Oh, then never. I was gonna bail out anyway. Last week.
I mean, hey, if you need help, whatever,
Dude, definitely want to get into your studio and just see what you do for. Now you just strictly audio on yours,
At the moment,
and that's Simply Growing Food.
Yeah.
On Spotify and where else?
you could find us on Podbean is where we post it, but a lot of people don't even know what that is. It's mostly for like podcasters to post on, but some people will find us there. So Podbean, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and if you go to our website, simplygrowingfood.com, and click on the podcast page, you'll be able to listen to it right from the website.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. I actually listened to like the 10 most recent, and then I went all the way back to number 1.
Oh man!
And I'm like number 5 in or something like that. 4 or
Nice.
5. It's just been.
You see the evolution.
Well, that and it's like inspiring me to jump on our garden earlier and our fruit trees that we have. So like February is when you're supposed to prune them.
Yeah. What do you have?
I have a cherry left. Like 3 of them have died.
Gotcha.
So I have
one cherry.
it was out of 9. We have 6 left. There's 3 apple, 2 peach, and a cherry. I think, if that math is correct.
You've never once offered me a fresh fruit off of one
Yeah,
of these
this is the
trees.
first I'm hearing about all this. Also,
Ever.
Well,
Me
the
too.
last time I got fruit off of them.
Oh.
So the peaches are like an every other year for whatever reason. They just don't even. And then,
That's a you problem.
and if you don't prune, I've gotten 1 apple. Oh, there's a pear tree out there too. Did that one die yet? There's a pear tree out there. So maybe only 2 died. Yeah, that's right. That's a U shape
But
now.
they're not
instead of
producing. You have 1 apple.
Yeah,
I
it might as
got-
well be dead.
I get
Split
1
that between
pear a
4
year,
people?
and I've gotten 1 apple out of the 10 years. And peaches, we got like quite a few jars one year of peach preserves that we actually did with them, and whatever we ate right there. So the peaches did really well, at least a couple of years. But like I said, they only blossom every other year. Is that their species or whatever?
I'm not that versed in fruit trees.
He's saying no, it should be growing every year, and it's your fault.
Could be.
What he said.
Yeah.
I
Could
think, I haven't heard of that, but that doesn't mean anything.
And then the apple trees, I'm kind of convinced that I don't prune them enough. A couple of people have told me, like, oh, you got to butcher them. You got to bring them right down to almost nothing.
What are they? How? Like, when did you put these in?
They were here when we bought
Oh.
them. That's why 2 of them have died.
Were they maintained when you bought the place?
They were pretty young when I bought it, but they
Okay.
they were producing. They were,
Oh.
but they were pretty young, I think.
Interesting.
So
Have you fed them at all?
fed them. No.
So by rainwater touching
so-
them,
Yeah.
I did spray them 2 years, years.
I did it.
But it's with is it garlic oil or something like that? I forget what it was. It was a commercial one
Sure.
that I purchased or whatever. Because I was told to prune them in February, spray them right then and there, and then the growth season is better. And that when I did that, the peaches definitely went well.
What I learned last year, also not intentionally, is that if you don't know what kind of branches you're looking for, you're actually going to prune off this year's fruit. So I think I did the same thing. I cut some branches that were supposed to be fruiting branches, and then I didn't get any fruit. So you just got to look a little bit closely. You could find a diagram, I'm sure, on Google of like branches that are gonna set fruit this year, as opposed to branches that aren't, and then where exactly you could trim it on those branches. Yeah.
So the ones that go straight up and don't really seem to have
Get rid of
bark,
those.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Those are sucker shoots.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I thought I got rid of all.
Plus, it ruins the shape, right? Because you want to be able to like
You want like a mushroom effect, and
the
I have
swooping.
Yeah, I have like a leaning dead leg.
That could be a problem.
One of the peach ones, I'm like, every time it snows, I'm like, that one's probably not going to do well. But
Got it.
yeah, the other thing is my property trees have grown quite a bit higher, so they don't get quite as much sun anymore because they're on the north side of one of the property lines. And then the garden does really well. Even when we don't do it, one year we've skipped it, and we actually got a bunch of volunteer stuff. Right? That's what they call them, volunteers.
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 Yeah.
See that?
Ones that
Wow.
overwinter. Yeah.
Learning? Are you? Is it going to stick?
Color your thumb green. I mean, you don't even need him here. You just ask you these questions.
Farmer Matt.
Yeah. Oh, you're seeing
Always
my
wanted
peach
to-
trees.
Always wanted to be a farmer.
It'd be funny if, as you said that, one of your peach trees fell through the window.
Yeah. Seriously. Sounds like you have a whole mix of issues going on. But really,
Welcome to Matt Noren's life.
Not just about fruit trees.
This is actually a deeper psychological conversation he's having with it right now. The fruit trees are just an analogy.
So we're going to do another podcast called Therapy for Matt.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Why will my fruit trees grow?
There's many issues.
No, but listening to you, listening to your podcast, I'm like, yeah, I got to get out there and do something.
Well, hey, I'm glad it makes you motivated.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, hold on.
Honestly,
Have you done anything with those trees yet?
No, it's not time yet.
It's February, the 10th.
It is.
The month is almost halfway done.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So it was explained to me that's like the earliest, and the earlier you do it, the more growth season you have.
Technically.
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
technically. I
so
you're
if
not
you don't
growing
want
right now.
crazy growth season, you can go a little later.
Yeah, but these hang on a tree.
Mm.
Not a whole lot of work.
You also want to really hit it when it's super, super cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which the longer you wait, you might miss the window to prune and
Yeah.
not avoid some kind of infection
Yeah.
with the plant.
That's how like garlic went. We missed our window to plant.
Been
So
there.
this year we have like nothing.
Mm.
Had a few volunteers, but they came up hollow. Is that
Wow.
weird?
Yeah, I mean,
like nothing.
they didn't store any nutrients if they're hollow. Because a plant like that, like even an onion, like the layers are storing all of the plant's
Nutrients, yeah.
nutrients.
Okay.
We're eating it, but if you let it go, it's gonna slowly just eat itself
Oh,
away.
so what you're saying is he didn't pick it fast enough.
I don't even think he fed it. I don't even think it had enough
So
compost
I've
there.
always been afraid to feed anything because I never know what's like considered a chemical or good or bad or.
You
or
heard him
what.
on the podcast.
Yeah, I know.
USDA,
Now I'm
they
knowing
said
a little bit.
250 chemicals. It's still organic.
Right, exactly. And I don't want
Yeah.
any of those 250 chemicals.
Well, do you use compost?
Yeah, we do compost.
That's
Yeah.
food.
So explain to me when the best time to put the compost on is.
That's a good question. What are you growing?
Well, I sent you a list the other day.
Full disclosure, I did get a list. Yeah.
You wanted your expert recommendations on each item
It's like-
individually?
Yeah.
I think the only one I did miss was carrots and potatoes.
You had them on there.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you
All
had
right.
them on there
Yeah.
for sure. They need similar stuff. They're both like root crops. You wouldn't consider a potato the root, technically. but you're doing underground growing. So
Right, that's why.
they do require similar stuff. We grew, I think I said it last time, like we grew our potatoes in one spot, and then we rotated those rows into carrot beds
Oh, okay.
because we had to dig so deep to get all the potatoes. It loosened up a lot of soil.
Yeah, they need a looser, sandier soil
Yeah.
for carrots.
If
so
you
they
want a
can-
good length,
so they can grow down.
yeah.
Huh.
Something like a radish doesn't matter, because they're like
Yeah, radish and beets.
expanding. Yeah.
Short and fat.
Yeah, right. So yeah, just different production. A lot of phosphorus would be good, and you could source that from like wood chips or ash from your wood stove, which you have.
Yep,
You
I
know.
throw. That's where I throw it.
Oh, perfect,
It's right on the garden.
But you need the
The
loose
whole thing.
soil. You need the loose soil.
Yeah.
You could
Okay.
have some like compaction issues. Have you had issues with carrots and
No,
potatoes?
no, we
they've
did
been
all right.
fine.
We,
Oh,
did all right.
okay.
We didn't really do the the potatoes. I feel like we did in a bucket one year or something
Mm,
like that.
mhm.
Something I forget. We don't do those every year. They were kind of like, oh, let's try this.
Sure.
Throw this in the ground.
Mhm.
The beets came out good. We did really well with beets one
Nobody
year.
likes beets.
I love
My
beets,
son
man.
and my
Love
wife
beets.
love them.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really have a taste for them. They have to be put in, like when she roasts them with all the other
Oh,
vegetables
yeah.
or whatever,
Oh,
then
well,
that's fine.
They all
But-
taste
flavor,
like
yeah.
garlic or something.
yeah, exactly. Once you cover the taste.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, your list was extensive.
What, you get some free education?
That's
Is
what-
it?
that's what this podcast is all about.
That's what the podcast is about. Free
simply
education.
growing food
Yeah,
and
yeah.
simply telling people,
Yeah.
and you schlubs just simply eat it. So
I'm gonna be this year. I'm expecting a lot of veggies.
Well, now I want
from
the
me.
Oh, yeah.
He did have a big list. He's gonna have a big garden.
And you got plenty.
Yeah.
I'll eat your beets.
Are you like a fair weather gardener? You'll make it till like July, and then you're like, I don't care anymore.
No,
Ah,
our
fair weather
thing
garden.
is
I like
life gets
that.
busy and you can't always get out there to weed.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
we have some other things like we have the big black plastic thing
Mhm.
that we actually rotate because we rotate because of the tomatoes.
Mhm.
They supposedly make the soil so acidic that we rotate them, and we try to keep them like on north to northeast side. So it's like it's tough because they get so tall they choke the sun out for a lot of other ones.
Right.
My parents have grown tomatoes in the same garden for 40 years.
In the same
And
spot.
the same spot.
Yeah.
And the only thing that he puts in there is the grass from mowing. That's
Ah.
it.
Yeah.
And
See,
so
we
he doesn't have to weed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because he puts it over the top. Yeah.
And what's
we,
good about
we've
the
done
grass,
that before.
You've done the grass.
Yeah, we've done the grass. We've done strips of plastic. We've done the black square of plastic that has the holes in it all
Yeah.
over the place. Yeah, we've done some stuff, but just like we have raised beds for the asparagus and the garlic and the strawberries. So those are like what I'm talking. Like those will go out of control with weeding if you don't stay on it. That
Right.
kind of stuff. So it's tough.
You could
The
get
busy
a
lifestyle.
flame weeder.
Flame.
I got one of those.
I
like a
have one of
backpack
those. Weed
brush.
wagon.
Yeah.
Weed wagon. Weed dragon.
Weed wagon. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Is it the one you put on?
This one is just hooked straight up to a propane tank.
Got it.
So you have to move the propane tank. Usually you don't. You put it behind you.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
that, I don't know if that would work with
Well,
the
I
way
see.
we do it.
I don't
We
do
have
it for that.
plastic that's pretty close to the stem, and then the weeds in there are
You
even
can't-
closer
yeah,
to
you
the
won't be able to
stem.
use it.
So I'm like, you would actually put a torch to
No,
that?
you could use it at the end
No.
of the season though to torch all the weeds and stuff.
Oh, I just rototill everything under.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know it'd be more fun to use a flamethrower, right?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I've
Amazon.
I've tried the flamethrower thing, and is like that muscle is done. It's like that. Ooh, yay.
Wait, you tried the flamethrower
On
thing?
concrete with ice. You know how slow it
Oh.
takes to melt ice?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, this is a bad idea. You know, job sites, you try to come up with
Oh.
things,
Yeah.
but it is good. A flamethrower is really good for when the top of the foundation is wet and you got a snap chalk line, so you go and you dry the top it off. So I was like, I've had experience with flamethrowers
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as what you do with it to try and usually dry out concrete is like its best use. And my grandfather used to burn out snakes out of his rock wall. With it.
Forget
Weeds and
that.
snakes, he would just torch on the rock wall.
Oh man.
I don't want to be that close to that many snakes. You know.
Oh,
They'll all come out at once.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you have a flamethrower. You'll win.
Usually,
Yeah. Well, you gotta like
That's
fry them though.
Yeah.
yeah, they.
What's that smell like?
You see dead ones
Oh.
just come. I don't know. I was a little kid when you did.
It smells like chicken. It could.
I don't know, man. Snake's a delicacy in some parts of the world.
Maybe. I don't.
Not mine.
We don't deal with them as
I mean,
far
they're
as
not
stone
eating
walls we have. We
garden
only have like
snakes,
one.
they're
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
right.
they're eating giant ones.
I feel like that would be a lot of bones, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Bones.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Snakes have bones.
Hmm.
Google it. Go ahead. I know you don't believe me.
This is a really educational episode tonight, man.
Yeah.
That's probably why we lost all our followers.
Getting a community workbench degree tonight.
Although it looks like Gene did say put him on the cancellation list. So.
Nice. Thank you, Gene.
We will add you.
Yep.
Maybe I'll be here next time. Man, sick's tough, man.
Man sick.
You have it several
You keep
times a
saying
year.
that like it means something.
Man, sick.
Oh man.
I wouldn't know what that's like. When I'm sick, I'm really sick.
Well, I mean, you're
That's
not a
me.
man.
Yeah, I never think
Yeah, we're not even qualified to judge it, actually.
So, what about you? Have you been starting in the gardens and starting? Do you grow indoors with lights at first and then get them out there later? And
We do a little bit of everything. Right now, we've started a lot of spring crops like onions and cabbage and broccoli and a couple of flowers inside under lights. And today, actually, I finished planting our heated greenhouse with arugula, romaine, spinach, carrots, radishes.
Heated. I thought that was a cold weather plant.
Well, yeah, they're all pretty cold weather plants. But, when I say heated, it's only getting to like 70 or 85 in there, which
That's pretty warm.
that's pretty warm.
today it was 85, and I was like dying in there. But yeah, no, they don't have any issues normally with the heat.
Good.
Yeah, or the cold for that matter. They do okay.
Yeah, they just can't freeze, right?
Well, they can even freeze. You
Oh,
just
really?
don't want to keep it like prolonged.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
iceberg
okay.
one that does, right?
Do you even,
Sound
do you even grow iceberg?
No.
Say,
No one buys it.
Yeah.
it's like
why wouldn't you?
water, right?
Right.
Not when romaine's sitting right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like
if I
kale.
grew
Leave it on the shelf.
celery,
And I definitely won't buy it if you got a hunk of meat sitting
Yeah,
next to it.
exactly. Understood.
Yeah.
Did either one
You buy
of
the
you guys...
lettuce to put on the seat of
Oh,
your
I
car
had your
so
bra-
the meat doesn't ruin your car.
Yeah, exactly. You tried them?
Oh, I had your brats.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what goes good with your brats?
Mm.
More brats.
Yeah, right.
And that's what I did. I just piled it on. A couple of times I had some of your eggs with it, but yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
Happy to hear that.
delicious food for
Good, good.
sure. You have a good flavor, even sweet enough for the rest of my family to eat.
All right, all
If I'm
right.
willing to share.
That's what we like to hear. I know the one package isn't enough. It's only
Well, I
5.
bought more.
That's true. You did just get some more. Yeah, you did just come by the farm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think one package is enough.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see how the rest of that stuff tastes. Your meringues are great.
Oh, thank you.
Did you make more for this week?
We're gonna have more for Valentine's Day this Friday.
Cookies?
Yeah, meringue cookies.
Ooh.
Yep. They are gonna be vanilla and raspberry flavored.
Yeah, we like the vanilla bean one.
Mhm.
That's good.
That's got the
Good
real
stuff.
vanilla bean in it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Pro vanilla?
No, but we did start making extract.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
My
we
wife
learned-
I
makes
think you said
extract.
that.
Yeah, our
Vodka and
cottage-
vanilla bean. Just let it sit for months.
Yeah. I mean, they give you a whole list of different alcohols you can use. So I think we have a couple different ones going. One's got rum. One's got vodka. think
Yeah, I
one
mean,
is
I've
Everclear.
I had an experience with somebody that recently that made it with vodka, and it was not so vanilla,
Mm.
way more vodka.
Vodka.
That's what my wife makes it with, like 100 proof vodka.
Yeah.
Like cheapest stuff you can find.
Mhm.
Whatever. And
How long you let
Pop
it sit?
off.
And then we'll use that as a mixer later.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I never tried it after.
I wonder what bourbon would do to vanilla.
It'd be good.
All right, now
That'd
we're
be good.
now we're cooking.
Yeah.
Next time I'm on that cancellation list.
Yeah.
A bottle right here.
Well, you're
The
always
mason
on
jar.
it. It's just whether or not he calls you.
Damn.
The more you show up, the higher on the list you get.
Ooh.
I mean, I didn't even know there was a list until today.
That is a good idea. Cancellation list.
Cancellation list, because even our wives are like, "Are you guys just gonna talk?" They said.
We've done it.
Yep.
Don't seem to have a problem doing it. Speaking of which, actually has nothing to do with it, but we hit 1,600 followers.
Nice.
Literally like
Nice.
10 minutes ago. 12
Nice.
minutes ago. Yeah.
Loving it.
Sweet deal.
The organic growth.
The organic growth. Yep.
Organic.
We're not supposed to use that word now that we know him.
What,
You can
organic?
use
We
whatever
call
word you
it
want.
local growth.
Local growth.
Looks
Sounds
like
like
it's
something
farm.
you'd find on your foot.
Yeah, that sums things up.
yeah, maybe a little local anesthesia. Too.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, man.
Don't mess up the word local. We use it everywhere.
We do, but there's a time and a place.
Right?
Organic's got its place. You know.
Well, I just think if you understand what organic means
Yeah.
at the grocery store and what organic means to a farm are different, then
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And organic to a podcast.
What we're doing right now.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, actually.
I mean,
Yep.
That's right. Adam's still here. How you doing, buddy?
I was actually taking notes because my garden also stunk last year. So
Oh, really?
What did you try to grow?
pumpkins, all of them. It always looks good. Those vines start creeping. Everything's getting grippy, and then I see the first flower, and then it's like.
Well, so we learned this year also. We had like 3 pumpkins. Every other flower you have to take off.
Yeah, didn't do that.
We had to do that one year with tomatoes too.
So next year, every other flower.
I know.
Pop.
Everyone's looking at me weird, but our tomatoes would not turn red. They would split before they
Did you
got
buy green
turn
tomatoes?
red.
Doesn't that mean they're overwatered?
Normally.
Oh. Once we cut the sucker shoots off, it was fine.
well, hey, you solved the problem.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's tons of
Sounds
tomatoes.
like you're a pioneer in farming.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of my MO.
Interesting.
Try to practice critical thinking whenever I can.
Yeah, you should see him standing underneath his apple tree, just staring at it.
Real Isaac Newton type stuff.
Yeah,
Eating
I've never been much.
apple. He's like only one this year. Why?
I've never been much for group thinking.
Apple go ground.
Oh man.
So, yeah, the sucker shoot thing
Mm.
was an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me like almost to the end of the season to realize that. Somebody had told me, he's like, try cutting off every other bud.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did.
Interesting.
My sister-in-law has 2 apple trees in there. It's on every other year, but on the years it's on, oh my
Right.
gosh.
Same with
it's
the
insane.
peaches. I've had to put 2x4s up and hold up the branches.
But yet
and
here
stuff
we
like
are
that.
talking, and we've never had a beach
Not
from
a
a
one.
tree.
Yeah, it's been a busy couple of years.
Busy. We
Yeah.
can walk in the backyard and pull it off the tree.
It is not that easy to get out there in February for some reason and prune, or March, whatever. But the first year I did it, honest to God, I kept hitting my head mowing around them. And I was like so upset, I just started cutting stuff off. And then a few years later, Lapsley Orchard had a free class, like just come. They did a demonstration in their heated greenhouse.
On tree pruning?
On tree pruning
Nice.
and blueberry bush pruning. And then that's when I kind of got a hold of it. And that's when we had a couple of good years after that. And then, like I said, it's diligence. It is. I understand that.
Well, it's also pollination rates. So you got to kind of look at the springtime. A lot of orchards will bring in bees for pollination.
Oh,
So
now he needs bees.
well,
Ooh, beekeeper Matt.
So I know there's beekeepers that keep bees at different places.
Yeah.
I'm open for that. Someone else wants to maintain them.
You might be able to find
I'll
out.
mow around them.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
What do you get, honey?
And I don't
Yeah.
mind. And I also don't mind replacing all of my grass with clover.
Right.
I plan on doing that anyway.
I don't
so.
know if there's anything to clover honey. I don't know. What do they say about that?
He just doesn't want to mow the lawn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, that's
exactly.
really-
Well,
that's
because like
exactly
you'll see
it.
that on the label, like
Oh, really?
clover honey, and I'm like, what is that?
Right, that's like
even-
the honey place that we visit. They're at Brooklyn Fair every year. There's a couple of them in that one apiary type place. Yeah, I know apiary.
Wow.
And their like original flavor is always clover, and then they have like other flavor honey,
Mm.
and I don't understand how they do that, but that's cool.
Those are
Right?
not
Like because my kids
Yeah,
love
yeah,
the
right.
flavored sticks,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
honey
those aren't
sticks.
organic.
Those are not. You actually can't label honey organic because you
That's
can't
right. The
control
only place
the
I can do it
production of
is in Hawaii.
That's right.
There's one guy, one farm in Hawaii.
That's
Yeah,
right.
See, I
Yeah,
listened.
Yeah, yeah. There's one guy,
Well,
one farm.
I also learned honey doesn't go bad. It lasts 3,000 years,
That's true.
That's true too.
Yeah, yeah.
but it will get granulated. I have been dealing with that.
Heat it up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That solves your problem. But
Yeah.
just,
There's also just something about when you chew on like really good raw honey. I don't know, I kind of like it.
yeah. The sugar highs like
Yeah.
nothing else.
Just
Yeah.
scoop it out, and it feels like you're scooping sand. It's just so good.
Yeah. Hey, and if you want, like, not that they do a lot of things great, but our government put in a rule that imports of honey have to be actual honey. They can't be that
Hey,
Rice syrup.
We'll
syrup.
take it.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
If you
should
label
read
it
the
honey,
label. Yeah.
it should be honey.
Hey, just give me the thing that it's not.
Well,
can't
there
say
are
that.
some other types of countries out there that like
This
to
is
sell
a-
us
this is a
whatever they sell
slippery
us.
slope. And we went to government. It only took 30 minutes.
So when I met that revolution you were talking about, earlier, your thoughts again? I missed some of that.
Oh, jeez.
They run into a similar problem with olive oil.
Yeah.
Because there's more olive oil sold than there is that they can grow. So it's not all olive oil.
Yeah,
know.
we switched
Well, it's
over
like
to avocado
probably a
oil.
certain percentage, right?
Right.
That has to be.
Mhm.
Just like almond milk is like they don't milk the almond.
Water, you mean?
It's just
Don't give it
so
away.
Nut,
Let people think they milk the tree.
nut juice.
Yeah, nut
It's
juice,
not a
right.
milk.
I don't think we
Fair.
want to call it nut juice.
You said PG-13 to me earlier.
We shouldn't even be making it. If you like almonds, just eat almonds.
Yeah.
Almonds. Yeah, seriously.
No, I get it. I get the appeal of
Mm.
it, and I get why they call it milk, but it's really not milk.
The next episode I'm doing is all about the many milks of the world.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
ironically.
what a segue.
And I'm not even gonna talk about nut milk or oat milk or any of that milk. I'm talking about
goat
like,
milk.
yeah, goat,
Whole, 2%,
donkey,
3%.
camel milk is huge.
The milk
Huge
that God
industry.
gave us, not.
Yeah, from an animal.
Yeah. Goat. I've never actually had. I have goat cheese. I love.
Oh yeah.
I think I tried goat milk once. I don't know that I was a fan.
It's an acquired thing.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't get down under the legs; they're too short.
Yeah. You know, I've tried that venture, having goats and milking goats, and man, I know I was not.
Well,
not
Sparrow
successful.
soaps. All
Sparrow
their
soaps, yep.
soap is made from goats, and they have them.
Yep.
At, Michelle has them at her house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I guess she drew the short straw, but, but yeah, all their.
So-
I'm like, that's great.
So goats are like used for treating anxiety, and a lot of people will get goats just to.
Like the fainting goat. Ironically, they faint when they're anxious.
Right, but I know people that have bought a couple of goats, and it's helped their psyche big time.
Really?
Yeah, I
They
don't
live
know
in the
what
house
makes
with
that.
them or outside?
Yeah, there's.
Oh,
I
they
have-
do live in the house.
I have friends that, and family members, and people I know that have goats,
That's
just like
great.
you would have a dog.
That's good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do they eat
And-
Just
like
like I
the
would have a
couch
dog?
and stuff?
Is it just like I would have a dog?
Well, they're trainable, I guess,
Are
Okay.
they?
to some degree.
They sit.
I
They
don't know.
stay?
I don't know the whole thing. I just know that it's a big deal, and I think there's even businesses that let you come in and visit with goats.
Therapy go. There is
mean,
goat
therapy
yoga.
goat-
Mhm.
there's
There's
goat
something
yoga.
to be
Yeah.
said for fresh milk from the udder right into your cereal bowl.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't think it's like that.
I don't think it's like that.
They're not like a cat walking on everything.
What is
But they
to
do
be
climb
said?
everything,
You know,
so.
Yeah.
something to be said. What is to be said? You know? Don't do it, man.
Would you venture into the goat world?
No,
He said he did.
I've done
You
it.
listen?
Oh,
No,
I can't hear over you.
I think the real money in goats is the babies and renting them to clear land for people.
Yep. They
Oh.
eat poison ivy, all
They eat
kinds of
everything.
underbrush,
Yep.
all kinds of stuff.
The
Yep.
babies have babies and sell them.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Which milk is a byproduct of. If your industry is
Right.
the livestock, the milk is a byproduct, or vice versa. So, it's a double whammy. Baby goats go for a lot of money, as you could imagine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and breed dependent, of course.
Yeah.
When females sell for more than males do. I mean, you can pick up male goats for basically nothing. Same
You know
with
what I
like male
find
sheep.
interesting about goat, or more in milks, right?
Mm.
Goat milk could be considered an alternative,
Right.
but they don't.
No.
What do you mean considered an alternative?
Like it's not dairy. It's not right.
I know people
Doesn't-
that drink goat's milk instead of cow milk.
Yeah, but like if you go to the, you have goat's milk at the.
I do not.
Actually, that's a great question. That's a great question.
I would love to. I don't know where to get it in that kind of quantity for like a.
You mean
a
wool?
You think you
You
would
mean a
need a huge
single one?
quantity?
I will push the hell out of that.
You guys might be surprised.
I would love to. That'd be fantastic.
A goat milk latte would just.
I bet it is phenomenal.
Mm.
I don't
I
know
would try
what
it.
goat milk
I would
tastes like,
try it.
but
I mean, goat cheese is incredible.
it's
Yeah.
it's
See,
insane.
the goat cheese to me, it's kind of
Great.
feet tasting.
What? What?
I just don't think you're cultured enough.
Yeah, you have not
Maybe.
tried the right feet, sir. There's websites you can really expand your palate. I suggest.
Gorgonzola, right? That's a goat.
No,
No, it's
No.
gorgonzola.
Literally
No,
called
Yeah, it's called goat cheese.
Chev. Chev is
Chev?
commonly.
There's
goat.
other names for goat cheese because, like,
Feet, apparently.
I thought there was like another
no.
broad term
Gorgonzola
for
is
it.
like blue,
Blue
cheese.
cheese. Yeah.
Blue
So if
cheese?
you're
Okay.
thinking that, it's
All right.
definitely.
Well, maybe we have to go on a cheese tasting.
Bring some
Ooh,
cheese.
that'd be
No, I have
adorable.
some at the
Let's-
house.
let's
I'll
go.
bring it over.
Oh,
We'll eat half the log.
I want a nice charcuterie board.
Yeah,
Spread
I mean,
from
we
you,
introduced
all
you
right?
to it. So.
I might be able to help you with that. My neighbor makes soupy, like fresh soupy.
Ooh, really
I
What
good.
don't know what
soupy?
that is.
It's like a hard Italian sausage,
Ooh.
and it's air dried, so it's
Oh.
not like smoked or cooked or anything.
Does
It's
he
just-
sell it at the farm?
No, but I bought a bunch. Like it's kind of like we do the wine. A bunch of people like, hey, I want this many cases of wine or these many bottles. So then they buy in. They do this similar thing with their friends and family, and it's like, I want 40 pounds of soupy. I want to buy in. I bought in for 25 pounds. So
Oh my god.
yeah, or 25
That's-
sticks. Which
And this
I don't
is
know
just
what
an
that weighs.
addition to your charcuterie boards.
No,
That's
this
what
is
it
just
he's
this
offering
is
it
for
up
me.
for a charcuterie. He said, "I can help
I'm
you."
offering to bring some to the show
Oh, okay.
once it comes in
So is
and it's
it-
ready.
Is it? It's like it's not. You don't cook it.
Nope.
Is there a soupy season? Like, does it come out like eggnog? Like, has a season?
Hmm.
Well, I'm just
I
wondering.
don't,
Like,
I don't think it
next
does.
time we get a
great.
cancellation.
I think it does.
Does it?
Because these guys like dry age it in certain spots in their
Oh.
homes, and that's dependent on the weather.
Okay.
So I think
Makes
they do it this time of year because everybody can put it in their attic or in their basement. It's dry. It's not humid. I think, and I'm not a soup
have
maker.
mice?
I just eat it, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know the ins and outs
Soup?
yet.
He-
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, my buddy makes it. It is
Oh.
really good.
Mhm.
Starting to get hungry.
Yeah. I haven't eaten yet, so.
If we DoorDash some food here, do you think the delivery guy will come on the podcast?
Well, there's one DoorDasher in like the 4 towns around here, and
It's an entrepreneur, right?
See if he can get some soupy.
he won't be
It's
here
somewhere.
till 10
Mm.
o'clock.
Mm. Westerly Packing House
Tell him to go there.
for the soupy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Westerly Packing House. That's pretty far.
that's
right?
pretty far. Yeah. I'm sure you could find it at a Big Y or something.
But if you use a new email, your first delivery is free, so that's his problem to figure out,
Mm.
not yours.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna have them on the show too, because I want to talk about how you make it, because I don't know much.
What kind of
about it.
meat is it?
That's
It's pork,
Oh,
primarily. Again, I don't know. Maybe it could be lamb or whatever's available. I don't know if it's one of those type
Mm.
preserved meats that it
Like-
could be like anything.
Sunday's tuna salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
This is going to be gone soon, so.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that like a tradition? Tuna salad gets made with all the scraps on Sunday? Like
Not my
whatever. you
house.
can-
never heard that
no.
I
before.
thought that was like a thing.
What kind?
Where'd you grow up?
What are you putting in it?
I hadn't-
Apparently everything.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. I've never made tuna salad in my life, honestly. But I thought I heard that on a podcast where they were talking about somebody's famous tuna salad, and they're like talking about what they put in it. And there's a certain amount of ingredients that you put in it, and then okay, you have like leftover carrots from dinner, you throw those in there too, or you have leftover whatever to throw in there. And,
Well, I don't think you can do whatever,
kinda-
but
Mm.
some
and then
stuff.
and then there's a
Carrots is
debate whether you eat it right then and there or you let it
ferment.
let it
Yeah,
go
all
for a
the
day or
juices
two.
gotta
Yeah, you let it
mingle.
go for a day or two, and
This is
some people
with
like it
tuna?
one way or the other way. And that's the thing with fruit salad too. Some
I
people do not like fruit salad a day old or 2 days old, and some people like it because then it's
See, I'm eat it that. I mean, I'll eat it every day until it's gone because I'm cheap. But I like it the first day because everything's crisp, and then everything kind of gets.
I don't mind like when you get to the bottom and it's all sitting in the mixture of juice and it's
yeah.
just
See, that's a
it's
different
like
kind of person.
yeah, like a chunk of like watermelon sponge, and you're just like, I don't know what this is, but let's go, baby. Let's roll the dice. That rules.
Oh man.
Well, this has been awesome. Cheers.
My garden's gonna be bad still this year.
Oh, yeah.
You
So
grew pumpkins.
right,
What
right.
else?
Our cherry tomatoes blew up this year. We had we only had 3 plants, and I couldn't keep up.
That's quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, we had
Do you do like the low acid yellow ones?
no.
Oh, those
They're
are big,
fine, like the little
those
pear
are big
ones.
favorite ones.
Yeah, they're not
oh,
bad.
Like
We did-
plum tomatoes. And
Yeah, we
stuff,
did two cherries, and then we did we found these like midnight snack black cherry tomatoes were phenomenal. I don't know what those were, but the flavor was so good.
Do like a tomato mayo sandwich? You know those?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
those-
That caprese, I made a lot of
Oh,
that.
you go right next door to Chubby Dog. Go to Little River Bread.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Take it home, fresh tomato right off the. Oh man.
Me and Trent are gonna do some weird videos.
Oh boy.
So the plum tomatoes, you can slice in half the long way and put like, what did she put on? Garlic, some minced garlic. You put parsley. You basically have roasted garlic tomatoes, and then what's left over, you make roasted garlic soup with.
Oh.
Garlic tomato soup.
That
with.
sounds
Wow.
banging.
Both meals are very very good.
like
So
that.
we made some this past week. So that was
And here we are again. That's it.
Yep.
Just
No samples.
Two.
None to go around.
You see
I
the
don't eat
theme
on a
here?
podcast.
Yeah.
I think that's
You
like
know,
I.
we may have lost 2 people from the cancellation.
If I heard somebody eating on the microphone of a podcast, I think I would turn it off immediately.
There's a whole genre, right?
Yeah. ASMR stuff.
We're not in that genre.
Yeah, right.
We're not in that one.
Fair
I
point.
know if we have a genre.
I try not to drink hard. Because the microphone
I am
has
so
the
glad you
gulping.
said that because every time I swallow, I'm
Yep.
back here because I don't hear that.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that
No,
stuff.
you gotta get right in and.
No, we don't want any of that.
Well, yeah, for the next one, it's just gonna be me sitting here just going, and now we're gonna take a sip. Well, you never watch those videos of people just like mashing their face in a food and then just like covering their bodies in it and then just that's
a
it.
weird thing to
Lord,
watch.
no, and just because you
are
said
not-
that, I really hope it doesn't go into my algorithm.
Oh, food smash videos?
Oh,
I'm gonna send
nope.
you so many links
Nope.
later today.
I don't know how you got there.
Oh,
Oh, the
man.
internet's a fun place when you just
I mean,
when you're willing to dive down the hole.
I've seen a lot of crazy stuff on there, and I know there's like foodies, and I see some food stuff, even though I'm not much of a foodie, but
I see
like,
a lot of food.
see a
stuff
lot of
'cause
barbecue stuff and whatnot. But no, I've not just gotten to a channel where people eat on the microphone,
It's not even just that.
and
It
I'm
is-
happy not to
No,
get
like
into
they're
that.
just in like a bikini and they're just like mushing food against their bodies, but the microphone picks up all the like sounds of it like smushing. It's the weirdest thing, but you can't.
Sounds
I
like
just
you,
stare.
You hunt for these.
Yeah, it sounds like you're way deeper than you're admitting to.
No, I'm admitting that.
Way deeper.
Yeah, again, I told you.
Way.
I jumped down the hole feet first. You got to see what it is.
How high up is he on the cancel?
I don't know. It's your list.
Whew.
Yeah. I mean, if
Um,
we start getting these videos, yeah, we'll have to
Oh, they
limit
are-
the amount of time he comes back.
They're coming as soon as this is over. I've already got like 3 or 4 I can think of.
I believe him. I believe him. I think that's real. I don't
Oh,
think
there's
you're
nothing
It's
dishonest
so
about
weird.
this
Yeah.
going on, for
You're
sure.
gonna be inundated with these things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
You know.
What
Yeah.
I wonder what people would have to say to get us like pop up on their algorithm.
I don't think we hit algorithms. I don't think we're that
Yeah,
popular.
maybe we're not there yet. All right.
I like your optimism. Not there yet.
What do you think our keywords are to best describe us? Smart, sexy, popular.
Yeah.
Why would you say those? So alien to me.
Wait a second. So wait, goat milk latte is a real thing?
I will make it one.
So you've had this.
I have not. I'm
Oh.
saying I would love to try it.
Got you.
I'd be
Okay.
totally
You
down
can.
with that.
Well, I don't know where you could get like a lot of it, but
Mm.
like Trader Joe's, these places have goat milk,
Yeah,
and I've tried, but I don't think you need more than half a gallon.
that's
fair
probably
point.
good because I think I'm assuming the cost to the customer is going to be just
Yeah.
astronomical.
$30.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about how exclusive it would be. It's just like, you know,
Yeah, how's that $17 drink? Good. I'm really
you
happy.
just
for it.
need a hipster or Gen Z to put it on TikTok. Be like, look at this! I found this in
When
Daniel's.
they pour it all over their weird naked body on camera, and you just listen to the audio of it. I know it's Matt. I'm just trying to help you.
I don't think this is helping any of our brands.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Dylan.
No, it's good. No, it's good.
Is Alicia your wife?
She is.
Yeah. Mm.
It's wholesome.
I don't know what this means, but I assume it goes hand in hand with your comment. Should never forget the chocolate cake.
What?
Chocolate cake shop.
Oh, you were on the spot.
That's the thing.
oh.
Frangelico.
Oh yeah.
Should we put some goat's milk in that
Sure.
and try it?
Let's do it.
It was a goat's milk chocolate cake.
I like it.
Where?
Wait, this is real?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like, whoa.
You know,
I just want to see how long I can string them along.
I'm interested.
I don't know where to get goat's milk. Like, because again, I'm wondering, even if you do go to like a Trader Joe's or something like that, like I wonder, like how good is that goat milk? Like, is it worth my money? even
Where's
to
it
get
come
that?
from now? Sodexo?
Well, I don't know. But like, if you drink Walmart milk versus like a local milk, you can clearly tell the difference. So it's like, I
Yeah.
wonder if that's also like if you go to a local farm and get
Listen, Trader Joe has nothing but the finest products.
it. Someone's reaching for an endorsement.
Yeah.
Region.
Somebody should start a website where all of the farmers can just like be on and like
What would
be
you
able
do
to
there?
have like a search engine to like, oh, goat's milk. Oh, bing bing. There's like 3 local
Oh,
farms.
distributors.
It-
Oh,
it-
yeah, and it would be-
Farmersonly.com.
And it would be like it would be
Similar, but
like
different.
mileage. You could have different filters on it. So
Yeah.
like, all right, within 20 miles, can I get this product? And
There's an app.
It's like there is.
There is. Yeah, it's called oh man, it's farm to table or something to table, barn to table.
barn to table.
Barn to door, some
barn door.
I don't know. I kept kind of
This is a tough plug. This is a tough plug.
I'm not trying to plug them, to be honest with you.
any of those.
I
But are
dodged
you
the
on?
guy.
Like,
no.
So that's like how I would want it to be like something you would want to be on. You know.
Well, the concept was great, but the application was,
Execution.
yeah, it just wasn't. They had a tough time getting farmers to sign
are
up.
their farmers are poor, so
Well, it's like on the app you have to put a daily what's available,
Oh.
and a lot of farmers are not
no.
I didn't.
doing that.
I didn't think of that.
They're
When
like,
you're
hey,
in a-
it's on my
when you're in
front
a-
yard.
when
Yeah,
you're in
that's
a-
way too much work.
yeah,
It is, and we already do a weekly menu. So I was
Right.
like, I already do it once a week. If you can't, I don't want to do it more than that. And then orders coming in past our deadline, it just didn't work.
Right.
And we were recently approached by this company from Sweden or Denmark that's made its way into America called Too Good to Go. And their concept is pretty interesting. It's like you download their app and you buy their $10 special surprise box. You go to whichever farm is offering that surprise box. You don't know what's in it, but it's local products and it's a value of like a third of what retail would be. So it's supposed to be like stuff you're going to
Discounted
throw
stuff,
away
Yeah.
or stuff you can't sell or the farmer can't sell. They
There's
put it in
a
this thing.
misfit.
Yeah, like misfit fruits. and
Similar,
vegetables there.
similar.
Yeah.
And it was a great idea, but we don't have like a lot at the end of the week that we're looking at. That we
Yeah,
don't
we're-
have someone to eat. You know what I mean?
I'm finding it's we're underserviced in this area with that stuff, and you
Mhm.
guys sell out a lot. and
Yeah.
Stuff. So which is good.
Yeah.
But even like like the bakeries and stuff, they all sell out.
They all
too.
sell out.
So
Yeah.
do you ever sell out of coffee?
No.
You can't sell that. You can't. It's like selling out of gasoline. You can't do that.
No, I'd like to. It would be nice. I'm ready to try.
But people need constant coffee.
They do. I
Yeah.
agree. So
Yeah.
just keep coming
Yeah.
to get it. Let's go. But I mean, yeah, we do buy so much of it that, the likelihood of me not getting some before we're out is probably not possible.
Oh, I think you'd be a piss poor entrepreneur.
It wouldn't be the best look for me.
Coffee shop with no
Yeah.
coffee.
Hey
Yeah, but
guys,
you
the
have-
thing you are here for?
You have booze to make up for it.
at one.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, like you can always talk somebody into it. Hey, kid, you never mind.
It's like every time I'm in there, you talk me into it. Let's do a shot.
That's not hard.
Yeah, you can say no. You choose not to.
It's called,
fair
it's
point.
called upselling.
So I've been speaking of milk, I've been on a heavy cream thing. Do you have heavy cream for your? All right.
Sure
Ooh, you do breve?
I could.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that?
Do you know?
Yeah, go ahead, classy boy.
Do you know? The coffee guy.
It's
do
a
you
latte,
know?
but it's made with cream
Yeah.
instead of milk.
Like heavy?
Yes.
Cream. Wow.
I mean, you can make it with like half and half, but the from
Yeah.
Italy is like cream.
Yeah, like the normal one around here would be with half and half, but
Yeah.
So half and half is always bitter to me. Heavy cream is
Bitter.
sweet. Yeah.
Bitter's a weird word for
yeah, you're definitely getting expired.
So like heavy
It's just
cream.
half
Buy it
milk.
at the gas
Honestly,
station.
I put heavy cream in my coffee, and then also once in a while I'll put like it in a smaller glass and just drink it. Also put it on like peaches and blueberries and stuff too.
Have you tried whipped cream?
That's what, heavy cream or heavy whipping cream, whatever they have. You know,
I think they're both the same.
that's what I thought. They seem to taste the same, but half and half has a weirder taste to me. It's like
It's half milk, half cream. So you're just diluting your heavy.
really.
Yeah.
That's
You-
not what it tastes
What
like
did
to
you
me.
think
I don't know.
the
why.
half and half meant?
Right. Right.
Trendy name.
That's a great point.
I don't know, but I remember once when I was a kid,
Okay.
I had half and half in a glass, and it was like the worst thing I'd ever had. It was horrible.
Where'd you get the half and half from?
Like adults were at my parents' house playing cards and having coffee and whatever else, and the half and half was on the table. I was like, oh, I think we were even out of milk, and I was like, all right, I'll just have a glass of this.
So it is possible that the
And
half and
I
half
was-
was expired.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I
Maybe you're
doubt it.
lactose
I
intolerant
really
at the
doubt
time.
it. No, I've
Heavy
never
cream,
been.
he would be dead.
I've never had any issues with digestion for dairy.
I just like to.
Never.
I really wonder what you thought the half and half was.
And all the adults were laughing at me like, yeah, don't drink that straight. Like,
Oh,
don't.
I like. Yeah, I think it's good.
Huh?
What? You guys both drink?
No, not like a full glass. Like
Yeah.
But like any straight, like you're having a shot.
heavy
of-
heavy cream. Sure.
What's the purpose? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
honestly,
I
because
love the taste of heavy cream.
Okay.
I
okay.
love
It's a
yeah.
flavor thing. It's
Yeah.
not like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like whole milk is really the only milk I'll drink too. So
Yeah,
it's got to
same.
be.
The rest
thick.
is just water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you gonna go over that in your show? What like
I might
1%,
now.
2%,
Yeah.
3%?
It sounds like you need to talk about what half and half is.
Yeah. Well, it's clearly getting missed. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Now I want to try it again. I'm gonna try it.
yeah,
See
what
what's
you
up.
had was expired. There's no way that it wasn't.
Yeah, it's not bitter.
That you said that they just left it out on a table. Was it warm out? I mean, had
Just for the event, like playing cards for a couple hours, it was up on a counter near the coffee pot. Like everybody.
so
leaves
near a
that
heat
stuff out.
source, and it was just out.
He's like, it was lumpy too.
No.
There was this thing EXP, and it was like 3 days earlier. But I was like, that's probably experience points, right?
No, it wasn't like that. Was not like that at all. No, we didn't have expired stuff. If anything, my mom was overkill on that, throwing stuff out that wasn't even expired yet. So
No, so she didn't go by the sell-by date on the milk. She went by that was the expiration.
my brother and I drank a gallon a day for over a decade growing up.
You didn't have one kidney stone, huh?
That's wild.
A
That's
gallon a day.
Oh yeah, we went through a gallon a day, especially when we got into sports.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it wasn't until I started drinking beer at 21 when I stopped drinking so much milk.
Wow, what a trade-off.
Wow.
Honestly,
Dang.
yeah, yeah,
That's a lot.
drank- yeah. That's how we grew up.
Huh.
So.
Us too, but not that much.
Yeah.
Like a few glasses, yeah. I definitely, especially like dinner time. It
Was it like putting cereal too? Like that was a big thing or no?
We didn't do a ton of cereal.
So this was straight. You
Some
were just
cereal. We
couple
actually
minutes
were, we were
left.
actually Pop-Tart kids for a long time and toaster strudel for breakfast.
toaster strudel was a great invention.
We did do some cereal, but
I
not a
know.
lot. But yeah, we would put milk in cereal and
Well,
I didn't
what else
leave-
would you put in there?
heavy cream.
beer.
Actually,
Half and half.
Can't
I
put-
would do heavy cream.
So
Oh.
camping, you run out of milk sometimes, and the Baileys will come out or beer will come out too.
in cereal. That's
Why not?
disgusting.
Bailey's could work. In cinnamon toast crunch, I bet it's not bad.
Or,
Bailey's
yeah,
with
Reese's
Cocoa
peanut butter
Puffs
puffs
is amazing.
Oh,
First of
yeah.
all, second of all, Bailey's in your scrambled eggs instead of milk is amazing.
I've
I don't,
never
I
thought
don't
of that.
think about it
Telling you.
at all.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting you.
Bailey's in your coffee instead of milk.
Well, that's
Obviously.
yeah,
Obviously.
that's-
Just
yeah.
Bailey's from the bottle
Yep.
to my mouth.
Bailey's on the rocks.
Can you go to Chubby Dog and get like a coffee with Bailey's in
You
it?
sure can. Only
Okay.
the Danielson one, though, not the Putnam one.
Okay.
That town won't let me sell booze for some reason.
Really?
The bylaws state that a cafe can't serve liquor. Yeah.
That's weird.
That
What
is-
about
I agree.
Is
Yeah,
it-
what about them?
sawdust?
Yeah.
What about them, Matt?
I love sawdust. They're great
Oh.
people.
How'd they get away?
So-
They're not a cafe.
but-
They're a full
They
restaurant.
must not be. They
They
must.
serve food.
What is the legal
Fine.
difference?
It
Literally.
depends on what branch of the state government you enter.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I love this. Keep going. This is
I
great.
am. I'm currently at the end of my audit because at 3 years you enter a higher pool of being randomly chosen for an audit, and I was.
It's funny how they choose the people that make the least.
It really is, isn't it? And what it turns out is that in the state of Connecticut, there is something called a meals sales tax, which when I reviewed the tax law when I first opened, I ignored because I'm like, I'm not selling meals. I don't need to waste time reading these 3 next pages. So skip past it. 3 years later, when my auditor comes to the shop, she goes, "Oh, you know, everything you sell is a meal." I'm like, hold up. No, it's not. I sell mainly drinks and like pastries and like prepackaged, you know, Gushers
Yeah.
fruit
Yeah.
by the foot, stuff
You
like
call
that.
that a meal, you're malnourished.
They do that. So
Government.
when you talk to the state DRS when it comes to taxing, all of those things are taxed as a meal. So a cup of if we prepare it for you for immediate consumption, meal. If it is a bottle of anything non-carbonated over the ounce of 16 ounces, it is not a meal. If it's under, it is. If it's carbonated and it's any of those, it doesn't matter how much it is, it's a meal. A can of Red Bull, taxed as a meal. It's insane. But then when you go to the Liquor Commission and you want to apply for a liquor permit, you have to offer meals as part of the regulations. So when I applied for my liquor permit, I was told that I don't offer meals. So I had to allow the outside menus and outside food in to compensate for that. So the Liquor Commission
This was
says
in the one in Putnam.
this is the state of Connecticut. That's
I know, but one has it and one doesn't. So what
Well,
happened?
right. So the town of Putnam's bylaws prevent me from serving. They say that a cafe can't serve liquor. The state of Connecticut requires you to offer meals to serve liquor. Liquor, when I sell you a glass of beer, is taxed as a meal in this state.
It's hysterical
It's
that you sell the
insane.
same things at both places.
Hydraulic sandwich. I love those for lunch.
Yes, we all do. And it'd be fine if it counted, but it doesn't. So it's such a weird, just dumb, arbitrary. The same word, they just go meal. And they go like, what do you call
They
that?
have to
And
tax you higher.
one of them, they're like, well, yeah, we tax you as meals, but when you apply for licenses, you don't sell meals. It's like, then why do you tax me on selling meals? And they go, well, because we do.
And that's not enough to get your liquor license?
Nope. Had to allow outside food in, even though everything in my store is a meal on paperwork.
Yeah.
But I don't offer meals to sell liquor.
So for liquor, what would a meal constitute?
So if it's a basket of French fries, not a meal. If it's a basket of chicken fingers, not a meal. If they're in the same basket,
Oh my.
if they're in the same basket, now we have a meal.
Well, that seems really easy to make.
It is defined as there's 3 things. It's either it can't be conveniently eaten while walking or standing. Pizza counts as a meal though, even though you can easily walk and not use utensils with it. It counts as a meal. So the pizza violates their first rule. It has to require tableware. Pizza doesn't. Still counts as a meal. And it's the third dumb rule. That's how the Liquor Commission defines meal. The
And
state of
then-
Connecticut tax says this is a meal.
In Danielson, you can just say we have runners for food, and you're good.
I don't even have to do that. I just have to have menus available.
No, I thought it was the blueberry muffins that got you all the alcohol.
You would think so, because they are taxed as a meal as long as you get 4 or less of them
I
at
can
once.
say I've had a blueberry muffin as a breakfast meal before.
Well,
Wow.
yeah,
What a racket, huh?
ain't it great? And when you ask why, they go, because I said so. You go,
Yeah.
oh, okay, it's like a child again.
Right.
Mom, thank you.
Mhm.
There's
What
no
I
like
find
actual
crazy
backing.
is you hit that roadblock and then you double down and open another store, hoping not to
No,
hit
no,
the
no.
roadblock.
So I didn't know about all that. that stuff when I tried in Putnam initially, because again, the town of Putnam has that bylaw that already stopped me from even getting my liquor. Like before you can even start the process, you have to go to get 4 signatures. You know, the fire marshal, building inspector, and
Gary.
town clerk. Yeah.
No.
And the health department. They all have to sign off on this form that you then submit, and then you get all this other paperwork that you have to fill out. It's like 90 pages long. And one of them's like, "Oh, what color your wall's gonna be?" I'm like, I don't know what that's got to do with the liquor permit, but okay. And so I wouldn't. Well, the building inspector wouldn't give me the signature. Everyone else did. Loved the idea, and then he's like, "I must inspect it." Oh, okay. And then I got the he pulled out the book and goes, "Well, the bylaws state." I'm like, right. What about sawdust? What about the other 90 places that sell liquor? What are we doing, dude?
Yeah.
You're a cafe. And I was like, I'm actually a roaster. I'm a manufacturer. I roast coffee. Where's that in your bylaw? Oh, I don't see it.
Can you get like a steak, egg, and cheese, or a sausage, egg, and cheese, or something like that at Sawdust? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think they have like sandwiches.
To me, that
salad.
They
constitutes
do
food.
have a
That
little bit
does.
more food.
Okay.
They
so
do
that-
have. So he
But they're
must.
also a cafe.
We do the same thing. I mean,
You can
semantics
get
aside,
sausage, egg,
the
and
same
cheese at your place?
I
No,
don't have a.
they're labeled a cafe.
Like it's
But
in their name.
No, I'm Chubby
Okay.
Dog Coffee Company.
No, he is.
No, but what about the other place?
Sawdust
You
is.
know what I mean? Is it cafe?
Coffee and dessert bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something
Okay.
like
I think-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Wow.
but I don't think.
Well, we don't know how they're doing.
I don't think it's a.
business
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Right.
may have filed as a restaurant on
Right.
some paperwork somewhere.
as. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
But again, it's like, well, I'm a manufacturer by law. I am. We roast, so I am a manufacturer. So I'm still waiting to hear where that bylaw is, because if there is none, then you have to sign the paper, because you have no real repercussion to say I'm not doing that. You can't just say that. If you can't back it up, you
He
have
did.
to.
And then.
He did. He whipped out that book and went, no. Well, that's dumb. So yeah,
Have you
Putnam,
tried like subsequently since the first time?
There's no, it was so much. I fought for so long, and
Yeah.
every time it was just
I don't know.
And Danielson's like, hey, come on. Yeah.
literally when I walked in, I said, "Here's my idea." They went, "That sounds awesome," and just signed right off. And I was like, "Yeah, baby."
I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, it's your experience. You went through it, but I just feel like there's so many people, like all for the small business in Putnam, that I just feel like there's a lever somewhere that you could probably hit and get it done.
Find it for me anywhere, please. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I look
'cause,
for it for
I mean,
months.
Putnam's done really well and done a lot for their small businesses. So
Oh.
I just feel like
Sometimes they
there's
swing and they
something.
miss. This was a big one. It is what it is. I fought it
What
forever.
if you bought a microwave?
I have that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what if you bought pre-wrapped sandwiches?
I think if I did that,
Oh, you can't. You're walking around. That doesn't work.
Well, but you can eat pizza and walk around though. So is a sandwich a meal?
So we need
See,
pizza at your place.
and if you carry the one, I don't know.
You
Now
gotta
I know.
carry the bag of chips. Carry the bag of
Yeah.
chips.
See, pizza
Sir, let me
chips.
demonstrate. I
Yeah.
can't walk with this sandwich. I'll trip.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's so weird. Just these
That sucks, man.
rules.
Yeah,
Depending
it
on
seems
what.
like a crazy loophole that I am going to ask about it.
Please do.
Some people.
I would. Again,
gonna
I
ask.
want to. I want to sell liquor in Putnam.
Oh.
The town is the reason I can't. The town.
All right.
Is there any other place doing it like you're
Well, we
Across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, but they also sell liquor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other cafe.
I don't
has
get
a
out
liquor
much,
permit.
okay? I don't frequent the
No, you're fine.
public often.
You're
so-
almost off grid, right?
Oh man.
I envy you
Someday,
so much.
someday I will be, and it will be nice. Don't. It's a lot of hard work, but so is what you're doing. So you know.
Well, I just days. I'll
He
trade
came
it.
here at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
So did I. All right. So did I.
Whoa, 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 I thought I was your only call today.
In February, you came here.
Yeah.
I could see that. Remember when I called you the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
I-
October or
like
something.
an idiot. I called you like in the 2 weeks or the 2 months that you make the most money and the busiest in turn harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harvest season's great.
And you were apologetic about it. I'm like, man, don't even. I'm the idiot for calling you then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That tracks.
It's like, sorry to get back.
When
to
are you
I'm
the
like,
busiest, Adam?
Summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Foot traffic.
Foot
right?
traffic.
Yeah. Everyone's out of school.
Yeah.
Right. Do you get school traffic in season or in school.
Yeah, all those St. James kids walking over there. with
Well,
their
you know,
lunch money.
QVC, you got Ellis, you got QV.
Sometimes, yeah.
Killingly high.
I feel like Putnam, you would have a lot of foot traffic too.
Oh
right?
yeah, Putnam right there.
I'm on the one-way side. I'm on the side that nobody ever goes on Main Street, the one-way part.
I was there twice during Fire and Ice. Let's talk about Fire and Ice. How'd you do?
Well, yeah,
that?
because you're a super fan of Chubby. You called me last minute.
He's like, Adam, speed dial.
Yeah.
I text.
It's #1 in my phone. I have it labeled as wife.
No,
you
that's
fit the
not
bill,
true.
that's for sure.
Well, the way I'm holding this wine glass, I am pretty classy right now. No, Fire and Ice was great. We had a whole new system in place this year because it normally is just it's the worst. It's the worst in the best.
You
way.
always have a long line.
Always.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
No, which is not because you guys are slow. It's just insanely busy.
Yeah. This year we did switch a lot of things up. That whole first room, we took all the tables out and we just opened the whole thing up.
Smart.
Yeah, because it's already so narrow anyway. We made the self-serve fridge and all the hot and iced coffee was all self-serve this year as well. So it also freed up us to not have to do that.
Yeah.
We just used these big insulated 5-gallon carafes and we just kept dumping coffee in there and it worked so much better. And this year I was smart and put a third person on with me, so we had 4 people total. And boy, what a difference it made. We still had a few moments where we had the lines that were starting to pack up, but for the most part, we had people in and out the door relatively quickly this year, which was nice because normally it goes all the way back to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then people walk in and they go, I'm like, good luck anywhere else. Have fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a nightmare, but it is the best sales day we have. It's like a week's worth of sales in one day.
Yeah, that's what.
It's wild.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
we've
what
had
you're
other
up-
people on from
Yeah.
Putnam and they are saying that's like the
It's
day
like-
to do.
There's
business. It's
nothing
great.
even comes close in
Yeah.
sales. No event comes that close. It is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did the
even-
math. This one I made more money this time than I did in last week.
Yeah.
On just Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, you have like a real-time customer feedback. Kimmy said she went in and it was much smoother.
See,
Hey,
see,
look at that.
See, both times I went in, it was pretty early on. I don't think the crowds were there
They
yet.
weren't, yeah.
So my
You're
first
there at
one.
like 6 in the morning.
Well,
I told you.
some of us are, you know, varsity when it comes to Fire and Ice.
Sure.
Yeah, the first one, I got a sandwich from the cafe next to you, the diner, I guess.
Painted Baker?
Yeah,
Painted Baker, yes.
their food looks
Really
awesome.
good, and really fresh bagels. It was good food. Give them a plug. And then I went next door to get coffee.
Yeah, we should
at
have
your
them on.
place. Had a regular with 2 creams. And then the second time I came in with a couple others, and they were all getting the frost burn. And is that what it is? Frostbite? Frostburn?
Frost burn.
And you put some Insanities on my cup. You drew some Insanities on my
it was-
truck.
Because you're a gardener, I wanted. Those were 2 tomatoes and a mushroom. I don't know what you thought they were, but once you grow up, we're a
Yeah.
family-friendly establishment
Super fertile.
with a good soil in that cup.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
What's in a frost burn? Because it was good, but I just said, yeah, I'll have one too. You know. That
Oh
kind of
yeah,
thing.
it was it was just a blend. So like, because normally we have a medium and a dark roast on tap, but for that day I was like, no, we ain't doing that. We're just there's hot, there's cold, and there's decaf, and that's I don't. You want dark, buy a bag, bring it home, do it there. We're not doing this. So it was a 3-bean blend of our Rwanda, our Honduras, and our Uganda that I whipped up the night before just to have. Like, oh, an exclusive blend just for today. There's still a lot of bags left over. Come buy them. Yeah, we were just brewing that all day just to be
Yeah.
smooth, just easy, just
Right.
this is all we're running through the machine today.
No,
Just,
the majority of people aren't going to be.
no
caring
one
anyway.
knows. And
It
when we
was
do-
definitely a mild to medium type of.
It was 2 mediums and a
coffee
dark
flavor.
roast blend, so
Right,
the mediums
yeah.
were going to prevail.
Yeah.
Which I
Flavoring
figured
was good though.
Yeah.
Do you do that like French roast style, or do you?
I
is it
have a
just
French
burnt?
roast, yeah, but it wasn't in that one.
Well, I know in Danielson you get a French roast for 2, or
Yeah,
a
the French
press
press.
for 2.
Yes,
So-
that's different. That's just a way of brewing. French roast is a way of roasting. the
I'm sorry,
beans.
that's the way I meant to ask you. Is it which way did you brew the coffee that you're talking about for fire?
Oh, just on a
drip.
regular, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
French press.
I
for
did not
2.
do 8 billion French presses. It makes
I
enough for
didn't know
3
if there's
cups
like
of coffee.
I didn't know if there was some sort of machine that mimics a large amount of
Yeah.
French press.
Uh,
Like,
a
it's
coffee brewer.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Drip is totally different than French
It
press.
is very different.
Give me that.
I forgot. Expert gardener, coffee connoisseur. Yeah, on a day like that, if somebody asked, I would have just said no because it's a time-consuming process just to make a French press.
Yeah.
And it's like if you ask for that on that day, go
What are we
look at
doing
yourself.
here?
Yeah, look at yourself. What are you doing? Look around you and go like,
Look at yourself.
is it me or is it? No, it is. It's me. It is.
Those people don't think of themselves.
We did. We
So-
had 2 people come in and order a pour over,
Wow.
which is even more time
Yeah.
consuming.
Yeah. Well, that one
which-
you have to actually.
That's when you got to grind it kind of finer, and then you put it in a V-shaped like cylindrical cone cup, and then you pour the grounds in that, and then you have a gooseneck kettle that you pour the water over slowly, and it slowly drips
Yeah.
through. It takes.
You have to have the
forever.
gooseneck.
You have to. Yes. Much more control of how.
I
the
don't
water
know.
comes out.
Kyle fed me one of those things. I
Yeah.
didn't see any
Mm.
goosenecks.
No gooseneck here.
No. Mine's better then. On non-fire
But
night
it
station, you
adds
can come
bit
in.
of flavor.
Yeah, early on, like around 1 o'clock, right when the crowds were starting to pick up, these 2 guys came in, and they were cool. I was making fun of them the whole time because they did. The one guy was like, "Hey guys, you guys really busy, so just order what you guys, trying to like push his friends who'd never been there." He's like, "Order, just hurry up." And they're like, "Yeah, we'll get a French a pour over." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, really, what?" and I asked the guy, I'm like, "You know what that is, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's with the." And I'm like, "So then you realize why you're wrong here, right?" And he goes, "Well," I'm like, "You're fine, but like, man."
So in Danielson,
Mhm.
you have a French press for 2.
I have that in Putnam too.
That
Can
would-
I get that just for me?
Yeah,
and
you
sit
can.
there and drink all
It
morning. Okay,
probably
good.
would be
All right.
only for you. I drink a whole French press.
It's
Yeah,
it's not
I
that
do every
much.
day.
It's,
That's
it's
how
only
I do
3
it
cups.
at my house. I
Yeah.
French press
Yeah.
everything.
That's
And
not a
it's-
lot of coffee.
Yeah.
It like if you get one of our tumblers, it would fill it a little over the top.
It's just obnoxious if you said French press for 1.
Yeah, it just feels lonely. You're sitting at a table with
But
just
does
like,
he ever
carafe.
come in with anybody? No.
Yeah, you don't, do you? It's always just to come see me. You're like, Adam, cancellation list? And I'm like,
Cheers, buddy.
thank you, Matt.
And I recognized you had an ad on I-98.
You did.
See?
It's this buttery voice.
Are you talking about you on I-98? It was pretty buttery.
I'm a sultry man. I'm on
Mouthful of
radio.
something anyway.
Oh, thanks, Keith.
Boy, he's not gonna be asked back there. If Keith is watching.
I'll share this and tag him in it. You just skip ahead to 45 minutes in. You'll hear.
Hour 11. You'll get
But yeah, they did a campaign for January to do like 25 days of I don't know what they were calling it, some radio shtick, and it basically featured 25 businesses over 25 days. And the spots ran. There was these minute spots that would run with 3 businesses in it as like a quick promo, like a 10-second mention in those, and then every weekday a business gets like highlighted that day. And yeah, the one that you came in, you were actually in the day before my highlight reel came on. I was the day after you were there, and they gave away a gift card, and they did this whole big thing. So it was inexpensive, and we have at least they say that they have a big audience in like Brooklyn, Danielson, and
Yeah, that's how they
Yeah, my
speak.
daughter mentioned it. And she heard it.
which is
She was
odd
like,
because
he was on the I-98. I'm like,
I know, which is it's always weird when like anyone under the age of 50 says I listen to radio. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I have radios in both my kids' rooms. They play them all night. That's how they go to sleep. They like the radio. One thing for me for radio is you can just put it on and just leave it on. It's noise. You know.
It is astonishing. I think we were talking about that. How
Yeah.
it's dying. It's a dying. Any radio guy that ever does listen to this will hear this and go, no, no. I know you want to protect your job, but we got to be real here. Like even when I was in it, I knew it's a dying art. It was like
See, I
it
don't
just
see
is what
that
it is.
because there's apps that get them going nationwide, and you have shows that are nationally syndicated, like Bobby Bones and stuff like that. Those people are, and then they have offshoot podcasts with that.
They do. They sure
So
do.
it's like, I don't know. I think the audio thing will kind of always be around, whether it's on AM, FM, or if it's on Spotify or
I think
iHeartRadio.
I think AMF will
they're-
be gone completely from cars. in
I
the
do-
next, like,
I do too.
20 years.
Yep.
And
I think it'll be all
Can't speak to that,
app-based.
but
Yeah.
you can always get those shows.
You can always
on
get the apps.
iHeartRadio.
You can,
You
but
get the radio app.
Yeah.
The radio
so then
app,
you have
yep.
a radio
Yeah.
app, and you're good.
Yeah.
but most people, it's why would you like when you have podcasts that are uncensored, topic catering. You can find anything you want to hear about.
We can have curated Taylor Swift.
What's the
Like, why would you-
hold on a second? What's the accessibility when power is out over the whole region?
No, I
for
agree.
storm?
I don't, and
Okay.
that's what kills me about how like radio's not bigger. It's like, well, I know why. It's because there's these talentless 80-year-old guys who have been in radio all their life they're more concerned with making sure no one sends an angry email in because they're afraid that somehow they're going to lose all sponsorships if one person complains about a joke a jock made. So everything is safe, everything is cookie cutter. So that way, if you say something and I get an email saying, how can they say that? I can fire you and replace you with anybody, and it sounds the same. Again, go to, if you pick 5 radio stations and go on all their social media on any given morning, you will see similar content because they're all getting it from the same prep services that all radio stations subscribe to. It's pathetic. It's talentless. But they do it on purpose because if you're me, let's say, and you start making fun of something, I know that's why I got fired from my last radio gig because I was making fun of. Yeah, I know. And they came out with some. Well, it's budgetary. I'm like, you pay me $500 a month. That's
Oh wow.
The budget was we don't want to pay you anymore because we didn't like what you
Yeah.
did.
And then the next week, somebody else was in my spot, and I was like, okay.
We
You
should
found the money.
find that clip that he got fired from
What did you say?
and play
I
that as
don't
our
know.
outro.
Really?
It was probably nothing. So I know one time, I don't know if they held on to it. Who sings? Quiet Riot sings "Come On, Feel the Noise."
Yeah.
And the way it's spelled, I was like, that's not how you spell "come," and I just made that joke on the air. It's an innocent. No one knows what that means if you don't know the song, and if you do, you're like, oh, I got it. It's not a.
Now we're gonna have to deal with the
Yeah.
backlash.
On that one, yeah.
7 people watch
It
that.
is.
buddy.
Whoa. No, that's a 1. You have it upside down.
That's an L.
Don't tell me how to read.
Oh man.
So I know they had a problem with that, but again, it was terrestrial rock radio, and it's what killed me too. Is it's rock radio, and remember when rock radio was awesome?
Well, I remember like Hillman in the
WAF,
morning.
exactly.
WAF was super, and they were like proud of how close to the line they
Because
could
that
get.
was the 90s shock jocks.
and
that was a
and they
thing.
wouldn't go beyond it.
WAF is
Yeah.
94.1.
It is 107.3.
But it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's different now.
It's
It's like
a Christian
sports
rock
or
station.
Okay, I was gonna say
What?
it's not.
They got bought out
It's
Yeah.
is it K-Love?
by yes, it is.
Kayla.
They bought it out. I think it was in 2019.
They bought out BRU.
They're buying. I know. I love
BRU is awesome.
BRU ruled.
Yeah.
Does anybody know where Hillman is? Did he retire? Does he
Yeah, I think so.
did?
I
So you
think,
can't.
No. I think LB might still be doing something. Mistress Carey's down in, I think she's in South Carolina now.
Her and
Shoot.
Mike Shue are together.
They
'cause
were on the
have-
pike for a while.
and they have ads for some repair shop. Or
It's
something.
all one big radio conglomerate. It's all
Yeah.
the same company. Even though she's down in
Yeah.
South Carolina, she'll still cut spots like she's
Yeah.
broadcasting from Worcester to sound live, and then she'll be behind it's live and local. We love that stuff. And then Mistress Carey's in her basement recording these tracks in South Carolina, sending them up here, and then they just run them, and it's all fraud.
Well, her and Mike Shue are on a commercial that runs on one of the radio stations.
Well, they can't get rid of her
So
voice up
I
here.
heard.
She's iconic. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone that grew up in that time listening to AAF knows her.
Yeah. Yeah, they talk
So-
about like an auto place or an auto repair place. I can't
I know
remember
what you're
it
talking
is.
about.
Yeah,
I do
it's
listen
the two
to
of them
Mike's
together,
though,
and
and
it's like it is kind of like okay, stop acting.
Yes, it makes your toes
You
curl.
listen to enough podcasts with authentic,
Yeah.
people speaking, especially with like the ads. Most of the ads, especially
live reads.
Yeah, live reads, and it's not that.
No,
Yeah.
but that's
it's weird.
and that's what I always thought when I was working in it. I was like, you should, if you're gonna if someone's gonna hire me to be the live read guy, they listen to the show. They know what I
Right.
do.
Yeah.
They want that. They don't want the. And now coming at you from the boring.
That's
Yeah.
what he does.
But that's
Well,
what we
only because I
expect.
can't read.
Then why do we do reads?
Hey, you want me to be your live spokesman? I'll do it for you.
Spitball.
No, I'm getting better with the bullet points and just hit those and talk naturally.
You are.
That's the better way to.
Yeah,
I never could do
trying
scripts.
to.
It
Yeah,
was
I
always,
can't.
want,
That's-
sounds scripted.
I'm like, what's the things you need me to say? Give me those things, and then
Right.
tell me, is it a 30 or a 60 second? And then
Yeah.
here's what you're getting.
And if there's anybody out there that wants a live read on the Community Workbench podcast, please call my number, 860-428-6534.
By live read, he means bullet points.
Because your dream is my job.
This is like the whole commercial.
It's so good.
I love that you.
I need a little top off there.
Why didn't you grab it?
You know what? I don't know. You're the host. Just give it a little date. Look at that. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
And this whiskey is brought to you by Whiskey Boulevard.
That.
Their gift, their gratuity gift for
Still going
having
strong.
us on them.
Nope,
Yeah.
having
What?
them on us, on here.
Having
Huh?
them
Having them
on. What did I say?
What episode did I
Having
miss?
them on us.
I don't think we want to.
Yeah.
Whiskey Boulevard.
No, I do. I want to hear word for word.
Great band. Hire them. Whiskey Boulevard.
Oh Lord.
Good stuff.
Do you get a lot of like town Brooklyn bureaucrats that listen?
I have no idea.
We
I don't watch who listens.
well,
I'm already like, I don't read the comments.
Understood.
I don't think we. Yeah, I don't.
I don't know.
We stay away from any type of political thing, and
Yeah.
it's interesting. I don't know. So there must be. You can say like I'm watching, and then it sends a message that says so and so is watching.
Got
But
it.
if you don't click that, you can still watch, and I don't know what
Right.
triggers that. I don't think Austin Tanner is watching our podcast.
Well, so I don't. You said bureaucrats, so I don't know who we consider bureaucrats or not. I just know that
Yeah.
in the political world, I did some like fighting for the icebox. I made
Sure.
phone calls and had some conversations and whatnot. And I learned very quickly I can't live in that world. It's not good for my
Yeah.
psyche.
Yeah. It's probably not good. For
Probably why I was
No.
too scared to go into service as well. I can't do that. And I told myself I'm going to stay in this lane where we're positive. We have people that want to be on, and we want to boast what they do. And that's where I'm at. I don't want to be gotcha. I
Yeah.
don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to make anybody look bad or embarrass anybody.
You do that enough.
Yeah.
The only
Like I
reason-
tell people that are uncomfortable, like, I don't know about talking live. And I'm like, dude, I will misspeak before you. I promise.
Watch me read the thing I wrote about my business.
People are so nervous to be interviewed.
It happens. Yeah.
Like mine's not even live, and people are like, "What are you gonna ask me?"
Yeah,
Like, dude.
yeah, we get that
like,
a lot,
come on,
and I'm
just
like, it's
chill out.
raw conversation, and I will literally ask you, is there anything you don't want me to ask you? This is not about that. It's
Right.
about bolstering and small business community building. That's
The only reason I ask about the Brooklyn bureaucrats is because I'm currently trying to get a certified kitchen at the farm.
Yeah.
okay.
And we just keep getting the roundabout. Like, it's like, you got to call here, you got to call here, you got to call here. And everybody says something different. It's like, actually, you got to call over here. Well, you call over here, and then it's like, you got to call over there. And then basically what they chalked it up to is because we wanted to work with the health department. This is us. We wanted to work with the health department and the town and build it the way they want it.
right. Okay.
Okay,
Good
that's
idea.
logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally told us this past week, build it, we'll let you know if it passes inspection.
Whoa.
Sure, let me just shell out $100,000 and
Well, you know what I
Yeah.
hope
mean.
it works.
We've had other businesses talk about how like they put signs up and they didn't have a permit for the sign or whatever. They didn't have permission for it. Somebody from the town gathered all the signs and threw them on their floor inside their. They walked into the business and threw them on the floor and was like, "You don't do this." And then they wouldn't grant a permit after that. I'm like, okay, people make mistakes. Make them pay the fine. I understand you want a certain whatever regulation. But don't make them pay for it long term just
Yeah.
because they made the mistake.
Or
up
even at
front.
all, because it is so hard. No one knows. When I don't know what when I opened the second one, I didn't know what I was doing because
Yeah.
it's just it's so different, even just town by town. That like it's not easy to know what to do.
Right.
It's not a simple system.
Yeah, every
There's
town's different. Every town has different bylaws.
Yeah,
the whole bit.
but and then like you said,
Yeah.
it's like you ask one person, you're like, oh, you're with the government, you should know what I need to do in this town. They go, oh no, that's them. You go to them, they go, I never heard of that before. I'm like, oh, that's reassuring. So who does? And they go, oh, I think. And then it. Literally was even with other things that I tried to do with my business. That's what it was. It was go there, go this person. They'll tell you. And I go to these people, and I'm like, Ooh.
It's that continuity thing. It's like, does
Right.
anybody know what's going on? Does anybody know how to help the people that you're supposed to help here? Like,
That you want to pay taxes to.
well, I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want-
Well,
I'd
nobody
rather
want-
not.
You know, it's like, but we have to.
Yeah.
And nobody can give me an answer here.
I want to give them my meal sales tax on all the meals I sell, but I'm like, who wants this money? I sure don't.
Yeah.
Again, I don't like beating people up on there.
No names were mentioned.
Yeah, the words and opinions expressed in this podcast are ours.
Yeah. Do not reflect the views of the community workbench. Yeah.
Because your dreams are still my job.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just seems so crazy. I'm just trying to make, government certified tomato sauce so people can have it.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah.
I can't get an answer on what kind of sink I need to use. Okay. Well, I know what kind of sink I need to use, but it's just that trivial. It's like, do I have to paint the floors? They're concrete. Do the walls have to be painted? They're concrete block, but they're sealed. Do I need to put up that special, like, wall paneling that's clean up? Like, nobody has
That,
any
yes,
clue.
that you do have to do.
Okay.
Behind any sink, you do have to do that.
Well, okay, so is it just the sink, or is it around the room? Right. That's my point.
Okay. So
That's my
is-
point.
you don't have to mention any names if you do know, but
Sure.
do you know any entrepreneur that has what you want?
Yeah,
this
but
town. Not in this.
not in this
Okay,
town.
so
And like Adam pointed out, it's like,
Yeah.
what's the point then?
Right.
You're asking
Okay.
someone basically in another country.
Yeah.
Okay,
It really
because
is.
everybody-
So if
because
it's,
everybody's different.
But if it's the health department regulation,
Right.
that's Northeast Connecticut. So
But the
that-
health department doesn't handle the heating source in the room. So my question was, is there a regulation on how I can heat this room? Oh, you got to talk to the fire department. Okay, so I talked to the fire department. Fire department says, well, that's a building inspector or building official. Okay, so the building official can't be gotten a hold of because he only works 2 days a week because that's what's in the town's budget somehow.
Right. Yes, that's
Somehow.
one thing
they
I
can
will
only pay.
say. Shout out to the building inspectors,
Mhm.
especially for small towns. They don't give them enough time
Nope.
or enough budget to do what they do
No.
to have great structures. It's to like have uniform and great structures and uniform inspections, the whole bit. That's definitely an issue with the small budget towns. It's just that sucks.
I'm just trying to bring more people to Brooklyn or
Right.
or support a
Right.
Brooklyn-based business.
Right.
Why don't you guys just like figure it out on your end? 'Cause I know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, I get
build
it.
the cheapest way possible. That you know. Well, but no, hold
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
but you right. You know. Okay, I need a commercial sink. I
Right.
need these. Right. Do all those things. The things you have question marks on, don't do.
right.
And then
Wait for
Have
the
them inspect
inspection.
it. Let them tell you.
yeah.
But see, my problem is like because we're doing most of the work, so it's like, what if I do this, but this back here that I don't know about has to happen first.
Right, like
You know what I
some
mean?
sorts
Like-
of like
Yeah.
you need an outlet there, you need
definitely
another
gonna
sink
happen.
there.
It will 100% happen.
I know. I'm trying to mitigate it. I'm trying to be
Yeah.
like, let's be efficient about this local government.
Well,
Let's-
efficient.
Can you
yeah, I know. I
can
know.
you
He was
draw?
efficient in government.
I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, man.
Can you draw the room
Have to by
Yeah, you
law
have to.
anyway.
and spec it out with
Mhm.
like this is here, this is there, and then be like, please approve my
Sure.
blueprint?
They will, but they won't do it until the end because I do the same thing for the red book. For the health department red book, you have to do that. So you get a floor plan, and then you have to hand sketch. They say to scale, they are willing to give up on that, which I was like, oh, good. I don't have to hire an architect. Great.
They
That's
all
lovely.
tell you hire an architect, and I'm like, are you kidding? To
Nope.
draw a
Yeah.
room that's 20 by 15,
I got a ruler.
they'll accept it in crayon.
Good.
They straight up will.
I actually did use red colored pencil for like numbering where things were gonna go.
Yeah.
Because I numbered it like I put like a little square for what it was gonna be, and then I put a number, and then I had a separate sheet for like the number
The key.
means number one is this sink, number two. But I had to go everything I bought. I had to give the brand name, the item number, and something else with it. And every piece of equipment had to have that when I submitted it. But they don't until you submit your end red book. They don't look at that. So you also can't just go to them and go, "Hey, is this piece cool?" And they go, "We'll tell you at the end." Like,
Right.
well, no. See that fridge is $4,000. So I want to know now if
it's
buying
okay.
it's worth my time.
Right.
And for the most part, like for what I do, it is fine because I'm not dealing with what you're dealing
Meat
with. It's
or-
just, like
yeah.
I need to see some
Dude,
cold
I'm
that
not
stores
even
milk.
dealing with meat. I'm trying to make jelly and stuff. Like, I mean, we can make jelly with our cottage license, but like literally, we're trying to make sauce. Like I make sauce for myself.
Doesn't it have a shelf life?
Yeah, sure,
So
but
you
like.
can't
Yeah,
make
it's
that with a
it's like
cottage?
9 years.
Can't do it with a cottage. They used to allow pickles and tomato sauce with the cottage license, and they changed that. Probably because it became very lucrative. Like, let's be
Also,
real. Like, home
I've
bakeries are
seen
incredibly
people do
lucrative.
homemade jarring that blows the tops off.
Yeah, it can happen.
Literally became dangerous.
Yeah, it
So,
it can happen. Even
especially
if you
with
have
the
a
acidity
license.
levels
Yeah.
of the tomato makes
Mhm.
it
Makes it just
crazy.
boom.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Beer too. You can shoot
That,
the top
yeah.
off of beer and wine.
true.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big deal too.
Yeah.
So
I found new food videos I'm looking up.
but really, we're like sauce, soup, maybe salad. And I am like just I'm not trying to crap on anybody, but like somebody help us out.
You're a year and a half out.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of.
I know, man. I feel you.
You know?
My chest is tight just hearing your pains. I'm like, oh, I remember.
Again, we're just trying to make fresh food
All right.
accessible.
so I got to make some
You
notes
know?
here. We got to call.
Yeah.
You want a liquor license in Putnam?
Yeah, I sure do.
This seems
Also,
wrong to be
yeah.
recording you writing this down.
And also, you know how mad I'm going to be if tomorrow you do call me and you go, oh, hey, you're good.
yeah,
Like, I don't know why it's going to bug me, but it's
You know what
gonna
that's
bug
going to do to
me.
my ego though?
I'm not going to get it just to spite you.
Oh, you just wrong.
I don't
used
care.
the
I'll
wrong
know.
form.
Yeah.
I'll just know. Yeah, I got him cleared for that. Don't worry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the town is short on resources, just like every one of these towns that doesn't.
I
have,
can't hear that the government is short on resources anymore.
Yeah.
We spend so much money. We give.
let's be realistic. We don't want taxes to go up.
No, no, but they will, and they have, and the mill rate's gone up, and it's just like I know customers of ours that are being priced out of their homes. Literally, they can't afford their new tax structure. They can't afford their EverSource bill. This is stuff that comes to our stand.
That's
Yeah.
a
I'm
whole
watching
different-
people lose their homes. I'm trying to sell them some freaking bacon. It's a weird dynamic,
thick
guys. Yeah, it's natural cure too. But it is a real thing. Like it's just so crazy to hear. The
Yeah.
town's underfunded. Well, what? I know what the
Right.
selectman makes. Okay, it's public knowledge. Don't tell me they're underfunded.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like honestly, this is an age-old battle.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's a tough balance for sure. And then any gap between like poverty and middle class, whatever.
Oh, that
you
gap's
know,
huge.
any of those gaps are very tough
Yeah.
to cross. And I don't. It's sad, but I don't know if we've ever been able to correct
Yeah.
that in any way.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, they're here
yeah,
to serve
I
us.
feel for you.
Right? The
I
town
get it,
people,
yeah.
they work for the town. We are the town. They need to work for us.
Yeah.
Like, just give me a straight answer. I
Yeah,
don't
But
want to
they-
have to
just
call
know my
five.
answer.
But they
Yeah.
also
Just know what I have to do. Like,
Yeah.
because who am I supposed to call? You want me
Yeah.
to invest all this, my money, my business's money,
Right.
into something that you could just shut down?
right.
Yeah.
But you also can't tell me if what I'm doing is
Thank
okay.
you. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
where's the I want the guidance. I'm literally asking for the government to be involved.
Well, we'll do that, but can you give us a $175 fee first, and then we'll tell you that you can go to that office down there?
Yeah. Yeah, the involvement fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you walk through that door? That's $50.
Yeah, that's right,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
We got to keep the lights on.
It's a new
you
thing.
know? Yeah. Under budget. Understand. Well, whatever. Again, I'm not trying to crap on the town employees. I get it. They have a tough job. But as a town
Right.
resident, like, help me out,
Yeah,
man.
so do we.
Yeah.
We have to follow all your regulations that you don't even know.
Right.
How do I know them then?
Right.
Yeah.
How do you expect me to know them?
Right. Well, you should look it up. Right.
I did, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to owe back taxes on a meal that I didn't know was selling you. Last I checked, wine's not a meal, but According to Uncle Sam, yes, it is.
Age-old
for
question.
a lot of people,
Yeah.
High
it is
dog
a meal.
sandwich.
Well,
Hydraulic
yeah, it depends on what kind of a day I've had. Sometimes dinner is more
Don't tell
liquidy.
me wine is not a meal.
Yeah. Those are grapes. That's a tree, I think. If you prune it correctly,
Oh.
Matt, I'll have you come help.
What's
You
that?
just Lucy stomped them with your feet.
That'd be something.
The Theo Von quote. I want my grapes to have been through something. That's why he only eats raisins.
That was he was interviewing J.D. Vance. You like raisins? He's like, yeah, I love grapes that been through something.
It's beautiful, really.
Here's to us all being
Yes,
raisins
yes,
someday.
Listen
absolutely.
to that, boys.
Honestly, I when I thought of this podcast, I envisioned more talks like this. I was and still am hoping we can get town officials to come on here and kind of talk to us about these things.
It'd be nice.
That would be awesome.
You know, I don't. But again, I'm not like this big gotcha thing.
No.
And
Clarity.
But it's going to be
It's
hard
right,
to not.
clarity
Yes,
and
but
whatnot.
it'll always be seen as a gotcha thing
Right.
because to get the clarity you're looking for, it's going to be how come you can't answer my very simple question?
Mhm.
It's like if this is a let's just say if it's this department issue, how come the head of that department goes I don't know. Like
right.
there's no way to not make it a gotcha moment when I go well you're the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
You need to
Yeah.
know because no one goes above you. You're the authority on it. So when I come to you, you don't get to say I don't know. You don't get to say I'll get back to you. No, I'm busy. Being a business owner means you've got a lot of things to do. I'm booking
Yeah.
my day out. I came to you first because I want to get permission to do the thing today. Because if I don't do this today, then tomorrow's screwed, and then it just snowballs. Like you to get
Oh,
a
I
business
know.
started takes so
Yeah.
much, and it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
to get that delay of just someone going, well, I don't know. It's like, well, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I will say, and if I can find it, I'm sure I have it somewhere. When I became a contractor, I had to go out to this office for the state of Connecticut, and there was a guy there. He's probably retired by now.
Sure.
But he had a protege, and he was a wealth of knowledge as far as different regulations, mostly tax stuff, like how like I was taxed as a contractor. He had a book. He highlighted a bunch of stuff for me and how you file monthly and if you have to file monthly. And basically it came down to they had changed the regulations. So like as a carpenter, with your home improvement license, not a GC, but a home improvement license, you only had to pay a quarterly tax on commercial work that you did, not residential. So that was like kind of like a big thing.
Even though if you paid residential tax, they wouldn't tell you, hey, by the way, you don't need to do this. Here's your money back, sir. They'd go,
Well, you get it back in your return
eventually.
at the end.
If
Yeah.
you file correctly.
Right. But it was always like like I said, he was a wealth of knowledge, and it was great because then like I just had to file this I owe $0 thing, and he says, you know, you get a track record of that, and then they start telling you, okay, only do it every 6 months, only do it every year, because they know that you don't have to pay anything quarterly.
I want that.
So that's what he said. I did it quarterly for the entire time I was in business. You know, it was kind of one of those things. I didn't poke anything or ask for like, hey, 4 years now, been filing quarterly with $0 because I don't do any commercial work.
Are the Men in Black coming to my house with that pen soon? Because I'm really
Yeah.
worried they're going to be.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll get a hold of that office too. I want to say it was Connecticut Labor Office, but I'm not totally 100% sure on that. But I'm sure I still have like that paperwork or whatever. So I'll look it up and see. I feel like going to like if somebody gives you the I don't know somewhere in this town or around this, or even with the health department, going to the state, the next level up, they're going to be able to clarify in one way or another. The other thing, I'm not giving you this advice, but to
Here it comes.
to always be recording with your cell phone really gets them to up their competency level.
Why is
Because
that even a thing?
They're
No,
public
you
figures.
know.
There is
and
something
they-
about that.
and you're in a public place, so you can record. You can say it that you're recording or not say that you're recording. But
Shoot,
that's
it's a one party.
yep, that's a
Consent
thing.
state.
So And I'm not giving you or anyone else this advice. I'm not a lawyer, but
Totally
Walking into like a Gen Zer doing a TikTok video.
I feel like if you are recording the conversation, they're going to cross their T's and dot their I's a lot better.
Have you called the state?
Not the state, no.
Yeah.
No, because I shouldn't have to.
Well, and also find that number. Who do you call
Right.
there? It's like
Yeah.
now I have to
They
do
don't
this. Now I got to be a PI for
You
3
have
days
to
to find.
send snail mail.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's how you get back from
Yeah,
them.
great.
Yeah.
Let me use the most inefficient method.
I will say the State Department of Ag has been pretty responsive with any questions I've had.
There's one in Danielson, an office there. You know that?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody's in it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a nice sign, though.
Yeah.
You can see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
It's very government.
But the feds changed a bunch of like meat processing laws back in 2023, which trickled down to small farms like us, and they haven't really, the state hasn't come up with any like guidelines that go off of the federal change. So what they had kind of told me is we're a right to farm state, which we are, thank God, and whatever the feds say, just kind of go with that. So that's what we've been doing. But yeah.
Hope you got that in writing somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know the state website could change like that,
I mean-
like nothing, So then I don't know anything. I'm out of my depth. I don't know anything. But simply growing food. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. We're simply growing food. It's
Yeah.
in the slogan.
I love it.
You
Simply
know?
growing food. I'm simply eating food.
Hey, aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Well, not right now.
Well, now, again, grapes.
But you know what? Someone had to grow this. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this
Yep.
wheat and corn mix here, maybe some barley in here. I don't know what Maker's Mark uses. Okay.
Matt,
Water.
as a corn expert,
Hey.
thoughts?
Hank's restaurant gave me this.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, Hanks.
Nice, nice.
As a gratuity for having them on. It's very delicious. Maker's Mark number 46.
It is one of the best. One of the
Great.
best.
No, I don't really know anything about. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like.
Tastes good.
True.
And there's
American.
ways to, if you don't like it, there's ways to still drink it, depending on water, ice, and mixer.
Die Hard. Oh, splashing on mixes up here. This is an alcohol no-no.
What's that?
Mix,
Two whiskeys?
Mixing whiskeys.
I don't know.
Have you ever done
Sounds
it?
like that's what he likes.
Or you just do it?
I did it a little bit, not much, but no, I know. Yeah. The other thing I want to try a little bit more is like mixing Baileys with different whiskeys. I don't know why.
Really?
Just
What do you
yeah.
know about
So
this?
I had
It's a
this
thing.
It's a
Is it?
thing.
Right.
It's
It might-
basically a rusty nail.
in my or Baby Guinness.
Or
If
that.
you yeah. So like it was whiskey Kahlua and Bailey's, had
Maybe.
Bailey's, and it looks like a Baby Guinness.
I'm also thinking I got rusty nail mixed up with another drink. I can't remember now.
Oh.
Yes.
But-
You want a bar?
He has Google in his
It's a-
pocket.
it's a
Exactly.
Cafe.
I'm a restaurant. I have a lot of meals.
It is a cafe.
I have cans of Monster that you can enjoy as a meal later on today.
That's so bizarre, though.
7.35% sales tax on
Yeah.
that meal.
Right. 7.35.
Want a can of Yoo-Hoo with 90 grams of sugar?
Yeah.
That's a meal.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
gives you diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely has potential. Definitely has potential.
Yeah.
You have any big events coming up?
Yeah, actually. This Friday for Valentine's Day, we got the dance and dinner. I think we have 4 tickets left for it. So
Is it
go check one.
early bird or?
Yeah, 5:30. So
No.
you'll still be there.
I can do it.
Yeah, he's awake till 6:30. So
Ooh, the dance lessons stop at 7. Eek.
I don't
You
need
might-
dance
yeah.
lessons.
can he make the end? Oh yeah, you dance that good. You don't need
Yeah.
lessons.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So actually,
Call
he's gonna
BS on
be
that one.
He's teaching the class apparently.
I didn't say I was a teacher.
Sorry, Zane. Yeah. So you can go on our socials, the events somewhere. There's also a event page on Facebook, Dance and Dinner at Chubby Dog Gaming Bar, and basically
Where's the
it's
food coming from?
next door, Emerald Buddha.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
They're awesome.
They are good.
Fantastic.
They are
Very
good.
good food.
Their spring rolls, I don't know what they're doing, but
Yeah.
we cover me in those
They're
and make those
really
videos.
winter rolls. That's why.
So yeah, they're providing the dinner. So the tickets are $100 per couple. It includes a 90-minute dance lesson, swing and salsa, and then food from Emerald Buddha. It's going to be fried rice, chicken samosas, spring rolls, and pad thai. And then we'll provide a bottle of wine for the table or mocktails if you don't drink.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So $100 a couple. It's different. It's not some boring. Hey, honey, here's chocolate roses. Boring.
Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons or
Well, that's-
Magic Gathering.
Wow. Why do you sound 60 and old and curmudgeon-y? There's kids in their magic.
Or lightsaber fighting.
First off, have you watched it? You know you want to do it
Easy.
with me.
Easy.
Wait, this
Look
is a
where it's
thing.
coming from. A Swifty.
He knows more Swift.
No.
things.
I said up to reputation is good. After that,
I don't even know what that is.
yes, you
I'm
don't.
definitely out of my depth. Oh my God.
We'll just keep drinking
Yeah,
whiskey
I'm
over
with you,
here.
man.
The,
oh my God.
I will say, it's every time you come up with an event, I'm amazed at just the stuff that you come up with.
very creative.
Yeah, like I'm like,
Good for
gosh,
you.
I am
Trying to
not
be-
creative, and we are not creative here at the community workbench.
Well, like, but a lot of it is at
Come
least.
on, I came up with the cancellation list.
Yeah.
And that's revolutionary.
Which I mean,
And that worked tonight.
it
Yeah.
worked tonight.
Yeah.
As I thought of it.
After he texted those other people, I said yes. So the list worked.
We're in the same boat. Now. Neither one of us are special, man.
No. It's like, all right,
You have both been cordially invited onto this before.
You call that
True, that's
cordial?
And based on our conversations before, I figured you'd be okay with jumping on
Yeah.
last minute. If you
Absolutely.
could. If you could. If you can't, you can't. Is what it is.
Next time I'm gonna turn down just because I know I can.
All right.
Look at that.
Kyle and I will badmouth you.
And
know
no,
you're
because
not.
I'm gonna watch the whole
We know
episode
you're
live,
not-
and
we
I'm gonna
know
every
you're
time you
not.
say my name, I'm gonna just plug Chubby Dog shamelessly.
I mean, we know you're not selling coffee at that time.
No, I'm actually out. I ran out completely.
Careful. There's like 8 people that could hear that.
Never mind. We still have a ton.
There's 8 people.
Yeah. But so yeah, our Valentine's Day thing. I'm hoping it's kind of a fun little event. It's something different.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
cool.
We're trying to. I really. I mean, like I used to work at Victoria Station back when that was a thing in
I
Platinum.
know you're gonna say Victoria's Secret.
Well, they judged me harshly when I came out of the dressing room, and they said, "Not what we're looking for."
Different world back
Yeah.
then.
Oh yeah, now I could. I look stunning with those wings on. But like Dave and Christina, when they had that place, it was always kind of that like it was the hang spot, right? Like for anyone that was underage specifically.
Wait, where was this? Oh,
Victoria's
Victoria's
Station.
Station. I love
Station.
Victoria's.
I used to
Yeah,
hang
yeah.
there.
Yeah, like when you couldn't drink booze,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
that's what all my friends
Yep.
and I did. We'd go there, we'd chug
yeah.
a ton of lattes at 9 o'clock at night. We didn't care.
And you're still trying to burn off the energy.
And you just it's,
To this
it's
day.
all residual still. But it was always like that idea of that community hang is kind of like what you guys put together. That face to face thing is it's dying. And,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I want that back. And
Right.
and that nerd culture, that weird, funky, all you outcasts and weirdos, just come. Let's all do something and show that it's still alive.
Right.
So the weird events are kind of what pulls those people out. Like our emo scene. I mean, the last one that we held, that room, the place was mobbed. That was our busiest night I think we've had there since Small Town Music Fest.
That's awesome.
It was insane.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's the emo scene?
Yeah.
Old.
What is that?
Yeah, us cool guys know. Us
Yeah.
Is it-
Come on.
Now
man.
I'm sure you don't call that goth, right? That's
No.
a different.
No. That's
How dare you?
style.
Look at
You
this.
ever
that-
going to
I-
Hot Topic?
Yeah, God.
Gosh.
That's,
Okay,
That's
this-
not
yeah.
God. Hot Topic isn't God.
Dude,
Hot Topic.
Adam most of the time looks like he's straight out of Hot Topic, but
I did forget my wristbands. today.
I did see you wearing your small town music festival shirt. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
there you
Nice.
go.
I forgot.
See that? And that's coming
yeah,
up in October, right?
It is.
that?
We think it's going to be the
only
first
8
weekend.
months away.
Oh, we're going to plan it well this year. I'm hoping to get a sponsor big enough to get an adult bounce house outside. So
Whoa.
What is an adult
Right.
bounce
What
house?
makes that
Just,
different? I've never been in
higher
one of
weight
those. I've been
capacity,
in a ton
probably.
of
Okay.
adult. I've been in a
Okay,
ton
I'm
of bounce
just-
houses.
that was a real
assume-
question. That was a real question.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
We
It's
used
like
to
a
get one for our big Memorial Day party when I lived in Pomfret with a buddy.
Yeah?
And we were like,
You got drunk. You went in with beer bottles. You shouldn't have. I know.
Not beer bottles, beer drafts.
Oh, my God.
You trying to play popcorn, see if you can make that person spill it? Yeah.
It rained beer in there. And then the guy that came to pick it up the next morning, we were all hungover, still bouncing in it. And he could not be more thrilled. Like, he was really like, this is amazing. You
Every
guys
time
are
your feet left it, the shit.
still going strong. We
Yeah, we're
don't do
hoping
those
to get
kind of sound
gross.
effects on the microphone.
He's good at that ASMR.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's my side gig.
I
yeah.
believe that.
We might get one this year if we can get a sponsor for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're hoping the first weekend of October to do it again. So we're gonna try to get a bigger band too, like a couple headliner ones this year.
Aerosmith.
It can't be that expensive to get them now. I
Don't
know.
dig
We
on
had
people.
I mean,
Come on.
we had two bands on. We had Hopeville General Store, and we had Whiskey Republic on.
Whiskey
Boulevard?
Oh.
Whiskey Republic, yeah. Whiskey
Damn.
Republic was a bar in Providence.
Yeah. You're thinking of One Republic.
Yeah, over there in that,
What One Republic?
over there in that town of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
You know who owned the bar at Whiskey Republic was One Dropkick Murphys.
Oh.
Oh, they owned it?
Yeah.
The whole band?
Oh, I don't think
The franchise.
Yeah. The LLC that
yeah,
is.
yeah.
The band formerly known as Dropkick.
The
Yeah.
band formerly known.
Yeah, them.
R.I.P.
You're probably not wrong. Yeah.
You know who else is very musically talented, I found? Dillon.
Oh. Thank you, Matt.
That wasn't at all a very awkward.
Should we have stared into each other's
Hey,
eyes?
no pressure, but I have a guitar under the table when I get it.
He is now guitaring in his outro.
I don't
Like,
think
I'm
guitaring
trying-
is a
Pick,
word.
picking the guitar.
I'm trying
and
to get people
cover songs.
engaged.
I engaged.
You know,
I
and
thought
you're
it was
in the
amazing.
raffle.
I was like, wow, it's not Stapleton, but it's somebody good. And I was like, I couldn't, but I'm like, but it sounds like
You guys
Dillon.
hear that? Somebody
But it's-
good?
but
That's
it
the
sounds
nicest
like
thing
Dillon.
anybody said about
I'm like,
the
it sounds
music.
like Dillon, but
Thanks.
man, I didn't know he could pick a guitar and sing.
Is
you know?
that Paul McCartney? I think it is.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Different genre.
Yeah.
I'm no Paul, and it's Sir McCartney.
That's true.
All
I do
right?
forget.
Let's get real.
He has been knighted
No,
by.
He's been knighted.
Definitely Simply Growing podcast.
Nope,
Like
Simply Growing
the
Food.
outro is amazing. Good for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And
We're only running that for a few more episodes, and then we're gonna pull the raffle for the free T-shirt giveaway. All you have to do is listen to the end of the episodes that I've been putting out, and tell me who the artist and the name of the song is. So Matt kind of gave the artist away when he said Stapleton, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I think Matt should be disqualified.
Matt, I'm going to leave you in the running. I'm going to leave you in because that's the right thing to do.
That's right.
That's right. you
Sorry,
know,
I thought
so-
that part was obvious.
So did I, but man, you'd be surprised.
More so now that there's a very clear hint.
yeah, yeah.
So my thing was like, if I say the original singer,
Mhm.
am I getting it wrong? Because it's not him, it's you.
No.
And
So
I
you-
was like, so that's why I
yeah.
gave you both answers.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. No.
So-
And originally, I was trying to get people to send me requests of songs they wanted me to play at the end of the song, at the end of the show, because I don't do
Yeah.
the whole song, I don't do all the musical parts, but I do the ones I can figure out. So that didn't go anywhere. So now I'm trying to do like a raffle, like just tell
Yeah.
me who it is, and you'll maybe get a free T-shirt.
Entice him with free stuff.
Yeah,
It
that's
gets
right.
everyone going.
That's right.
That was the old radio mantra.
Yeah.
Please listen, we'll give you money.
It seems to work, man. Yeah, so always taking requests. I prefer to play like 70s classic rock or current country that's real country, not stadium crap, like Chris Stapleton. And yeah.
See, you just said it again.
Listen, the cat is out of the bag.
Now,
You
is
think
this
we have
whiskey
to-
from Tennessee?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Do you think we have the same fan base?
Um,
That's another question.
there could be some crossover. Actually,
I
there
should
there
say
definitely
listeners.
is.
I shouldn't be so conceited to say
We have a fan
fans.
base?
Wow.
Oh yeah, when I
I don't know.
pulled in, I had to like
I'm
get them
humbling.
out of the way in your driveway. They were just people's shirts were going up, and I was like, I'm not one of the stars.
Signs everywhere.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
No,
Well, thank you.
Do any Kendrick Lamar?
No. No. If I could do some Jim Croce, a little bit
Oh, I
of
love
James
Jim Croce.
Taylor,
Yeah, I love it.
the
You're-
Eagles, of course.
Yeah.
Did you are reading my mail right now?
You
dude.
know,
That's-
the next song is going to be Peaceful Easy Feeling, but that might not be for a raffle. That might just be for a closer.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I
See,
did-
that's cool. Like if I had any talent whatsoever, I would try. I would try to like close with whatever like
Yeah.
that. That's awesome.
I think it'd be better if you just do try to do that. Anything
Yeah.
as a closer.
You might be right.
I'd rather watch that than you be good.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Like-
I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters in the seas. I'm a fool,
Never mind, I lied.
for you. How'd I do?
Not
You
bad.
should turn your mic off.
Yeah, we're down to 2 listeners from 8.
Yeah.
And now they're gone.
Did Facebook shut us down? I'm pretty sure it did.
Simply growing food, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Simply.
And the only plug I'm
Right.
going to give you is for our spring pullets, because Cass said I should say something about the pullets. Again, pullets are adolescent female hens. They're not ready to lay, but they're almost ready to lay. So we grow them from chick to that size, which is about 3 months old. And then we sell them. We have 5 breeds available for June. May flocks are sold out. But if you're interested in reserving some, just reach out to us through the website, simplygrowingfood.com.
Oh, you already sold out all the way through June. Up to
May
June.
is sold out. 150 birds that we're raising in
Wow.
May, those are
Wow.
gone. And then we're doing another 150 in June. Those aren't gone, but they are slowly selling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And with the egg prices, man, it's just, it's crazy.
Eggs are sold out forever.
Dude,
Or-
like we can only produce 50 dozen a week. There's none.
Only.
There's
That's
never any
wild.
left. There's
Yeah.
never any left. Okay,
Well,
it's not something I'm
halfway
like trying.
through the dozen that I bought from you, and they're delicious eggs.
Hey, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
That's awesome. They go really well with sausage with his brats in the
Hey,
morning.
And Bailey's. They go
And
Bailey's.
Bailey's, yeah.
Really good.
Well, yeah,
Breakfast of champions.
Bailey's and pie at Hank's is like my thing. I
Another
love
soft
it.
plug.
I've been trying to list all the businesses that we mention and just mention them in the comments afterwards. So it's just because I want small
Why
business
not?
to survive. I want
Yeah.
it to go.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. Guys, good. You want to plug anything else?
I feel plugged.
Don't you have happy hour in the mornings? Then?
Oh yeah, we are. We just started that.
Happy hour in the morning?
In the morning,
Coffee,
it's for
happy
coffee, and not beans.
Oh,
Let down.
Actually,
Well, I mean,
what is the?
Is there
a
what is the time?
I
Yeah.
can do either one, but it's so 7 to 10 a.m. every weekday. We do any size hot or iced coffee for the price of a small. So it's the same deal you get if you buy one of our reusable tumblers. It's
Which I have.
what you have. If you bring that tumbler in, we give the same, but for anything that you buy is the price of a small. The happy hour is only for hot or iced coffee. So if you get one of our tumblers, it counts for lattes. So
Right,
everything
yeah.
else can be also the price of a small.
Yep.
So we're trying that for the weekdays to discourage you from going to those long lines of drive-throughs where they're going to mess your coffee up anyway, and all your money goes to a big corporation that you don't really care about. But you go on Facebook and say you love supporting small businesses, but then I see you in that drive-through. But no, you love small businesses. But yeah, keep getting coffee made wrong.
I won't drink the swillage from the
Yep, I
Swillage.
know.
Swillage?
You said swillage, but it's
Yeah.
just swill.
the
Yeah.
swill.
But you know what?
Swill. That's not
Exception.
bad, though. That's
Swillage sounds
exception.
good because it's like
Yeah.
sewage.
Hey, I haven't made up a
That
word
took
in
you
like
an hour
6
and
months.
55 minutes to make up a word tonight.
You are a savant, sir.
Yeah, I ate the orange and yellow place. Is it orange and yellow? Orange and pink?
Purple?
I
Purple?
don't think it's yellow.
Whatever
at all.
those
Depends on the
colors are.
generation.
Yeah.
I'm not into
Yeah.
those. And the other one, they're
The one that gave away free coffee this morning really annoyed me.
really.
Yeah. You didn't see that ad last night during the
I didn't.
big one?
I just keep hearing your I-98 ad in my head over and over. So
I got longevity, baby. I'm like a parasite. I borrowed in there.
You live in rent free.
that's what I mean. We got to lean on the positive side of this. But yeah, I won't drink anything from the big chains or whatever.
Just not
I-
good, man.
I like
Same.
the.
It's just not good.
There's one small chain that does really well around here, and I like their coffee and their
You
poor
can say
boy.
Baker's dozen without me throwing a glass at your face. It's okay.
And
They're
then,
a local small business.
huh?
I said they're a small business.
Yeah, they're great. And Chubby Dog and the other one across the street.
Don't say that one, though. That's
I
too
may-
close.
See, you call it like the prepaid or reusable tumbler. I'm like the mug club. I am part of both mug clubs.
Smug club. Yes, yes.
And I love it. Yeah, love the products you guys.
Yeah, we're trying.
You guys are pushing.
It's a pain in the ass every
I
day.
mean, you're coming up on a year in April.
For
Uh,
Killingly.
March, I think, will be
March?
your.
Don't
Yeah.
even know, dude.
April will be 4 years in Putnam.
That's awesome.
April before you.
Good for you.
Wild.
Yeah.
I wish you just kept it as Ben's Beans, but I'm okay.
It was better when it was Ben's Beans. I've heard. It was funny when I first took it over and did that, and I knew it was going to happen. But our Mexico that we had when I bought Ben's Beans, they still had a pretty big inventory of green coffee in their basement.
Mhm.
So I literally bought the coffee they would have roasted under their name on the machine they had with the profile they have on the software that I took over. Everything was the same. And people still went, it tasted better when it was Ben's Beans. I'm like, no, it didn't! No, it didn't! It's the exact same. The last bag you bought was made from the same bag that I just roasted it from. It's the same product.
So funny.
Wrong.
But,
That's wrong.
But like that's why when we took over, the Wolf Stem blend was a Ben's Beans name. They made that blend up. I kept the name because I was like, I need something to guide you into my product. So I thought that if at least I left that, it was a notable name. It's a local reference. So like I thought, all right, we'll keep this. That'll make people go, oh, okay, so it's still the same. But we still lost some people because of that, because they saw it instead of Ben's Beans.
Ben's Beans.
New England is, I've talked to quite a few salesmen that do business all over the continental U.S. and Canada, and New England is the hardest place to sell.
Yeah.
They do not do well with change here in New England.
I sure didn't.
Which is weird because we have 4 seasons. You know what I mean?
It changes all the time.
Some of the most stubborn people.
So they
in the
control what they
friggin' country.
can.
Yeah.
They control what
Yeah.
they can. I'm not going to Ben's Beans anymore. 'cause
Yeah.
it's run by
Forget that guy.
Hot Topic guy.
His name's Adam.
Well,
the Hot Topic guy.
not this shirt, but most of my band shirts do come from there. You can't get
Exposed.
Green Day and Blink and Sum 41 shirts anywhere
Must
else.
be
It's
the only one
place.
keeping them
always-
in business.
What about Amazon?
They don't fit
Why
right.
did you mention them?
You can
Why?
buy a house there. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
I
is
mean-
that a no-go on the Amazon?
Well, we're community workbench.
You just said Hot Topic 9 times. What do you think they're all about?
That's what I'm saying.
True, true. I don't know.
what's off
I don't know their
limits.
standing of Hot Topic. Are they a public company that
They're a chain.
beholden
They're
to?
huge.
No. They
So
only
a
they're only
chain
one
doesn't
mall.
mean you're public
I
and
don't-
you're beholden to shareholders and you don't care
I-
about community service
don't-
or customer service.
Yeah, but I don't care if they're a chain that's huge.
Yeah, I don't know if they're publicly
Okay.
traded, but
But there are chains out there that are locally owned and operated, and
Ace Hardware.
that's still kind of
true.
in
Ace is the
our
place to help.
No.
I can't.
yeah. But if they're not, to me, the big problem is when a company goes public and they are only beholden to shareholders. They're only concerned about making more money. They're not
Wouldn't it be
necessarily
great if
concerned about
Eversource
their
was
crap.
private?
Or if they had competition. They got sold to a private equity firm in 2013.
Private
Private in 2013. So
firm.
prior to that, I
Yeah,
guess they
no.
equity firms still have shareholders, though.
Oh well, then
Private
they're-
equity firm. Their sole job is to just make money. That's
Yeah.
all they do.
That's true. I guess
They,
when your title
Okay.
is equity
All
firm,
right. We'll try not to mention
they just hold stock. They-
HP,
hot
HT,
subject.
Yeah, where Adam buys most of his clothing.
yeah. Made by a small Chinese child. In
Well,
China.
somebody had to put those little studs on my belt, and it
And those look so cool.
looks so cool with my big fat DC skate shoes on in 2025.
As
but-
you sit there sipping your red wine.
With my DC skater shoes.
Do you even have a skateboard?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I did when I was younger. You know, we all wanted to be
No,
Bam
at some point,
Margera.
you can't hurt yourself anymore.
Yeah, I found that.
No,
Quick.
I never wanted to be Bam Margera. I mean, if you look
Yeah,
at
Johnny
the
Knoxville, but I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
if you look at the trajectory of Bam Margera's life, it's
It ain't
not great.
no, Johnny still. I would have taken that life minus all the weird concussions and bullhorns through his stomach.
they're gonna have some CTE.
Oh, they already do. There's
Yeah.
no way they don't.
Yeah, they. Johnny had some serious medical issues.
Like,
for a
really,
while.
like, he
there
was
was
lucky to
parts
be
of him
fine.
that didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get too graphic, but for a while.
Yeah, because a
And-
horn literally
yeah.
just.
But yeah,
It shows
and
that.
that's not the kind of show we are. 'Cause I don't like pain.
No, now
No.
sit down here and just click some buttons. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, but what's this one do?
I don't know.
That's fine. Are we
Yeah.
distorted? Sounds like it.
Adam's camera went black. I don't.
It's
Did it
better
really?
for the viewers.
Oh, jeez! Don't scare me like that, because that does happen.
I mean, we don't need that one.
It's not great. My eyebrow is growing back, but it still looks weird.
It is very thin.
I
I'll
didn't
give you
even
that.
notice it until you pointed it out. Honestly,
That's because if you saw it on camera, it's you can't not notice
especially
it.
with this shop lighting that we.
Yeah. You look
have, it's
eyebrow.
Pretty.
I
pretty
do.
bright,
I know. It,
little
it,
washed out.
it went away.
It's a lot washed out. Yeah.
Honestly, when we did the Halloween one, or I don't remember which one you were on, where we had the dark thing and a little bit of lighting in the middle. Like that's like the best lighting.
I think we
we've
do.
had.
I think we gotta get rid of him.
You gotta get rid of that middle
Yeah,
one,
I think
maybe.
so. You know,
Yeah, we'll see.
we're not experts of anything.
Yeah, I always wear a hat, so I know that's like going to be forever shadow on my face, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, we can't. If we don't
But-
wear a hat, it'll be just so shiny.
But if you put the camera back on, yeah, you can't even see the community workbench thing on there. It's so washed out with the white.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the one that's got.
Yeah, it's probably this
we
one.
should take it out.
It's a community workbench, and this is the lighting your workshops have.
Yeah, we get the literal interpretation, but
maybe, yeah,
People
maybe
don't
we'll,
get that, though.
we'll make some adjustments.
Like I can't see your face. It's too white.
Too white. Yeah, I've been through that all my life.
Oh boy.
All my life, the struggle.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't think of any more questions.
no.
You have any
We
questions
didn't
for
ask
us?
many.
Well, yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah, you think emo and goth are the same? You should come to the next one.
Did you describe that?
This is
No.
what a podcast.
You just plug Hot Topic 9 times after you ask me what the difference was.
Free advertising.
Sorry.
No, so it's that weird like pop punk music from like 2005 to 10, where everything was like all sad boy and
Yeah.
why is my daddy
Supposed
not
to
like
be
me?
emotional. That's what email.
Yeah, but like it's not. It's just like fake teenage angst. But when you're a teenager in high school and the girl you like is with the hot football player guy, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm garbage. And then you hear Simple Plan, you're like, this song's about me, and then you just connect to it deeply. And then as an adult, when you look back at that, you go, I get why you were bullied. You kind of deserved it, honestly.
Wow.
It's just that music. It's pop punk music. It's like My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Simple Plan.
Teenage dirtbag.
Wheatus
That's
is more.
We've had
different band, right?
both of us
Yeah.
sing on this podcast. That's a new one, huh?
Wow.
Are you gonna get flagged for that, or is that technically a sample? That was under 4 seconds.
I thought it was 11 seconds.
Is it?
Yeah. My cousin's he's an entertainment lawyer.
Wow.
And I
11 seconds. Perfect.
yeah, I talked to him about that, and then my other cousin works at Sweetwater and is a musician and he's like, you probably, but every application is different, right? You'd be fine on Facebook, but YouTube you get flagged like that. So
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
we have no idea.
I wonder how you do with your original.
I was
'cause you're
curious.
singing, but you're singing someone else's song.
As far as I know, as long as you play it and sing it, it's totally fine.
Ah, it didn't work.
Yeah, because probably falls under the parody laws.
It is
where, like,
parody.
Weird
It
Al
is.
Yankovic.
And ours
Yeah.
definitely
a
didn't
whole
sound like
career.
either of the songs we were trying to sing.
Yeah, I didn't.
For sure, mine didn't sound like that.
And I didn't sound like Chris Stapleton. Okay, so there's a lot.
I know. That's why I wrote in.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I know who sang it originally, but
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Still taking requests. If anybody has a request, let me know.
anything by James Taylor, I'm down with that.
Okay.
That's a good one for you.
Okay.
I think that's a
Don't
good
take
vibe.
his
for
request.
something.
He outed the last one. He
True.
just ruined the
True.
whole
Yeah.
Whatever.
thing.
Yeah. Give me a challenge. So
He's
I
actually a
don't
big
know it, like,
Aqua fan. He
right
loves
away.
Barbie Girl.
Yeah,
It's one of his
sing
top
something
songs.
emo, and I
won't-
won't know it at all. I won't ruin anything.
We could do some Green Day.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
here for that, man.
Oh,
My
yeah, that's
favorite
the
band
Green
ever.
Day.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a feeling.
American Idiot, man. If it's off that album specifically, it's their best ever.
You think so?
I do.
No kidding.
Over
What do you
Dookie,
think?
I'll give it.
Oh, I don't know anything about Green Day.
Shenanigans.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
know
he
that-
was like 5 when he came out.
No.
when
I
Green Day
remember
came
when that
out.
album came
Yeah,
out.
so was I.
I was 5th grade, so you
you're
guys
old.
had to be pretty young.
Dookie was 94, so I was 6.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 4th and
Yeah.
5th grade. That's for me. 94 was 93, 94 is 4th grade. 94, 95 is 5th grade for
Mhm.
me. That's how my class was.
I can't give
Yeah.
any years away without telling you how old I am.
Fifth.
So.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
Any year? Well, are you
You're
ashamed
29.
of how old? you are?
29.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30 next month.
He used to be one of those.
Whoa,
age
yeah.
guessing guys.
And this was my birthday gift to you.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank
if you get ghosted by me on your birthday, you know what?
yeah, no worries.
Or you might be the first one on that cancellation list that time too.
right. I'm not far. I'm right up the road.
He's gonna start wondering why we keep calling, why people keep canceling us.
Yeah, I did contemplate in my head, like, do we want to open the door to make it easy to cancel? You know, I don't really want that.
Well, I
you know?
always just feel bad. It's like, oh, you're calling me last minute, but it's like this is really all it's for.
Yeah.
And if you have stuff going on with your business, great. But just to come on.
Yeah,
and
it's not
talk.
like I'm not mad that you invited me on last minute. Like I'm not saying,
No,
you
I'm
don't
not talking about you guys. I'm just talking about, like, I don't want other people thinking like, oh, I'll just cancel because he has a cancellation list. You
I
know what
don't
mean?
think
Like, that kind of
people
thing.
care. To be blunt.
The truest statement of the night, man.
I think I'm going emo at this point.
see now you're feeling it.
Oh man.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for thinking of me 5 people down the list. I really appreciate that.
Dude,
I'm going to assume I was after Adam. So thanks for thinking of me after Adam, too.
So honestly, there was only 3 people on the list,
Oh,
and both of you said yes.
nice.
Now, where were we? Who was the first one?
Yeah.
Rank us, Matt. Make me emo on the way home.
honestly, I have to go to my
It's
text and
messy.
Number 3.
He doesn't have to do
It's number 3 right
Oh,
here.
you guys both text me on the way in, so I don't know.
because you told
Hold
us
on.
to.
Check that timestamp, boy.
True.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
timestamp. I reached
John was
out.
probably number 1 just because John is even closer than both. He lives like right there.
Mm.
Yeah.
His kids go to school with our kids.
Mm.
So I text you at 4:51 p.m.
Who?
Who's you?
Adam.
Oh, all right.
You guy.
I'm 451. I'm 451.
Dylan was 4:50.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Oh.
Man.
Now this is crazy because at exactly 4:50 as well was John Jenna. So I don't know even which one I text first. It was a copy
We
and paste
just know
situation.
that Adam's last.
It was
That's what I'm picking up. That's what I'm picking up.
But you know what? You're here. And that's all that matters.
I said yes, and now he looks like a sucker.
Not you.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sloppy thirds.
With Matt, it'd be sloppy first. Oh, man.
I also wanted it to be people that have been on before. They kind of know the idea
Mm.
and whatnot. And I
Don't backtrack now. Just
I'm just telling you the criteria to get on the list. I don't want it to be your first time. I don't want it to be something that we couldn't plug Thursday
Yeah,
and
that's
get
not
that momentum of viewership.
I will say
Built
the
up,
community
so-
workbench bump on Friday.
Lines out the
You
door.
almost sell out a coffee?
Yeah, or as we call it, Fire and Ice 2. It's really it's an unstoppable wave. I got to overstaff now.
An unstoppable
Yeah,
way.
I can't wait to see you and Kimmy there.
Sounds like Kimmy was using a pretty old gift certificate, too.
Sure was.
I
Hey, I'm gonna unfold this thing from 2021. Do you still take this?
Fire and Ice. I used my card, my punch card.
Oh, you dirtbag.
I didn't have my tumbler, my reusable tumbler.
So like, hey, there's a line at the door, but can you punch this? Oh, it's the free one. I'll take it if you want it. No big deal.
Oh, it's the free
Yeah, that's
one.
pretty much how it went.
Yeah. Did you act coy like you didn't know it was the free one, but you knew it was the
No,
free one?
no, I didn't even. I had no shame.
Good for you.
No shame.
You're
I
like,
was like, hey.
Large, extra shot of espresso. What else costs money?
No,
Throw
it
that
wasn't
in.
that. So the other 2 people I was with when we came in the second time, because I got my card punched the first time, and then I was like, oh, I remember I was on my free one. So I bought the 2 coffees for those guys I was with and gave the card for mine. So,
Does that
and they-
devalue the gesture of buying their coffees?
I feel like
Yes.
16 ounce.
Right? Well, yeah, you went for the
Yes.
biggest one.
They were both baby boomer age. They didn't give a crap. They were like, free coffee? Let's go.
That's all it takes. Yep.
Yeah, we're not ashamed to use coupons. Love a good coupon. Actually, if you ask my wife, she knows I can't stand shopping at Kohl's because of that. Like, you have like $300 worth of stuff in the cart.
Yeah.
They jump through all these hoops. Now it's $20. I'm like, this is wrong. This is,
Now it's
like-
$20.
like, if you don't do your homework, you get screwed. I can't stand that part.
You know who doesn't have all those hoops to jump through? Hot Topic. You walk in there, you look at the bands on the wall that you like, and you go, I'll take a medium, I'll take a small, because I just want to squeeze it in. And you just
We
find
know. We
one.
see it right now. They go, they didn't have my size shirt. Extra small.
Yeah, they're like, we're out of that. I'm like, I'm out of here then. Sorry. You're Hot Topic. Medium should be your largest.
That's very true, actually.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought anything from there.
Not even like a gag card, because they have these
No.
greeting cards that are
I
horrific.
think you're thinking of Spencer's.
Oh yeah, I am.
Or
You're right.
even
You're
Newberry
right.
Comics.
Or them.
Yeah.
Both of those
Now
places.
who's mentioning these crazy?
You just mentioned
Yeah.
Kohl's.
Yeah,
True.
good point.
Yeah, and
But
how we
I
gonna
was
get mad
mentioning
from
how
that?
I don't like it.
Right,
That they're
yeah.
like
True,
so-
you were anti-Kohl's.
I mean, think about it. Like, if you're like doing business with like a contractor or something, and they're like, "Oh, we can sharpen our pencil in this." Oh, you were screwing me, but now I can't. Now
Right.
because I put up a fight, you're not going to screw me as much, you know. And that is one thing. I get discounts or whatever, especially for cash. We got to keep using cash,
Punch card.
punch card, whatever. I get those things to get people in the door, but like the significant discount at like a place like Kohl's is crazy.
Well, it
It's
just
like
tells you how much
crazy.
it's marked up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah.
bothers me.
Or
That
is
is
it trash?
that is capitalism at its finest.
No.
That's why I charged you
No.
$20 for that coffee. I knew you had a punch card. It was coming to the end. I was like, no. I don't think so, homie.
All right, whatever. You got it. If you're down, I'm down. I'll appeal it to you. I'm addicted to the coffee and the
That's all I
food.
want.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dylan.
absolutely.
Amazing food.
And check out Hot Topic at the Auburn Mall. They're open Monday through Thursday.
Are malls still a thing?
Is it? I genuinely don't know.
It's been over a decade since I've been in a real mall. I'll guarantee.
Some
I
still
went-
exist.
Yeah, I went to the Crystal Mall before I went to go see Avril Lavigne last year because I wanted to get like I wanted to look like it was still 2006, and I was like, I was like the only place that would have that I thought was Hot Topic. So I went to the Crystal Mall on like a Wednesday at like 1 p.m. It is eerie when you're in a mall with no people and the sound of the music, like they made it acoustic. Like the design in there was for there to be a lot of people. So that music is background noise when there's a lot of people moving and talking. All that
Oh,
stuff.
now it's like a
When
hindrance.
there's no one, and it's just that eerie music and just echoing, and you hear like it always sounds like the song is like a second behind, and it just goes all the way down.
Ugh.
It was so weird. It was like me and like 4 old people walking around, and then like only the people that worked the booths in the middle of the aisle, and that was it. There was
Kiosks.
no one in that mall. It was so weird. 'Cause, like the Crystal Mall was huge,
Yeah,
and there was nobody.
I
And
went-
also, none of those stores had what I wanted.
I went there a lot during high school. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you just hang out.
Yeah.
Ours was the Buckland Mall. That's when my friends and I were poor. We're like, let's just go walk around the mall with a little video camera and think we're the Jackass crew and make fun videos. That's all we did.
Oh, you
God, I'm old. I didn't do video cameras or cell phones.
Yeah.
That's not shocking at all.
In high school, we could throw people in a pool and not worry about hurting their phone.
Yeah.
Well, no, we still
that a
did. We
lot.
just didn't care about their phone.
Difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a meaner crowd.
We, no,
Wow.
yeah.
No, yeah, the Crystal Mall, Bob's, getting like Yukon gear down at Bob's
The clothing store?
clothing
Remember
store.
that place?
Are they still there?
I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
I haven't heard of that
remember
place.
We would get like
No,
different,
Bob's closed. They went out of business.
Did they?
Columbia sporting wear, and they had a lot of Yukon stuff, which we liked.
Columbia Sporting Wear, by the way, is a publicly traded company.
Another small plug.
Columbia's huge.
It's the alcohol talking.
Oh
man.
my God.
Chubby
While
Dog
we're
has
at it,
great merch.
Spindrift. It's a great.
Yes, Taylor Rock Winery, thank you for this basic bitch. I was gifted this when I got here, and then when I read the name, Matt laughed at me. I don't know what the correlation is, but Matt seemed to be implying something with his gift to me.
Oh man.
I figured you'd like it.
you're not wrong, but
It's not beer or whiskey like the men over here drink.
first off, I walked in here with a beer. I opened a beer when I got here.
I will say, I don't think you offered him any whiskey. Did you?
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're too busy talking about coals and Hot Topic over there.
No.
No.
He's been here
No.
multiple times. He knows.
I do,
Everything
but I watched you when
is
you
open.
when you brought that Maker's over. You poured yourself, and then you put it in front of him. You looked me right in the eyes too. You had a grin. And you were like,
Right in the eyes.
You can't handle it.
"You're right. I don't like whiskey."
Thank you, sir.
Can't handle it.
You're not wrong. If you,
You
had
almost
gin,
drank it because of peer
Gin.
pressure.
I love gin.
The
Good
first,
gin.
so the first time you were on, I remember you almost drank it because of peer pressure, and then he came in with some sort of seltzer alcohol, and you're like, "I'd much rather have that.
Saved me.
I'd much rather have that."
Yeah, I think it was like grapefruit high noon. And I was like, "Bring it on, baby!"
Firming.
Thank you,
Here's
sir.
the firming
Absolutely.
and drinking whiskey.
But yeah, well, when you get High Clear Castle gin, I will
What is
happily.
that?
Phenomenal.
That would
gin.
be here the whole. Basically, you'd be the only one that.
I expect a bottle next time I'm on the cancellation list.
Is there a coffee drink that you'd put gin in?
I could probably make one up. It might work. I mean, if,
And what would you call it?
the mistake. Definitely.
Okay.
I,
Fair point.
I can't imagine it would be because like you can make drinks with tonic water and coffee. That is a
Okay.
thing. And I mean I know they're the same, but like you could concoct something. You'd have to use a very high quality gin because you don't want the piney notes of like a cheaper like a Tanqueray or something like that. So you need to get something much smoother, maybe like a cucumber based gin, and it might be doable. So
Cucumbers made with, gin's made with cucumber?
mostly no, it's mostly juniper berries.
Right, right.
But
Juniper.
like Hendrix was the first like mainstream one to do it with a cucumber base and not juniper. So here we get Hendrix that theirs is made with cucumber, no juniper.
What's juniper? Do you grow it?
Some
It's
dumb
a
little-
shrub.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everybody has junipers in their yard.
Yeah.
News to me.
Yeah, yeah. I'll look and let you know. I'll look when
It's
I
the one
leave.
wrapping around your pear tree killing it. That one.
I don't have any. I'm good enough to keep the vines off most of the time. I do have the Concord grapevines going
Oh,
up the pines and on the property line, and we so if they get out of control, we just pick the grapes, make jam, and then I cut them down.
There you go.
And bury them in the soil, and then they come up 2 years later.
They're never gone.
The grapevines are so tough to
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
rid of.
Native. They're native.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That smell when they're blooming.
Oh
Man,
fall!
that's just
It's
magical.
that brings me right back to like high school soccer, winning championships. By the way,
Oh.
Some of
for
us
you.
never forget.
In Eastern Connecticut.
that's right.
Real small plug.
Whatever. Ellis Tech, man, good times.
Yeah.
You went to Ellis too.
Go Eagles.
No kidding. The Golden Eagles, right?
Sure.
Aren't you the Golden Eagles?
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
I think they're just the Eagles now. Ellis Tech Eagles.
Okay. Okay.
I went when I had to
I
for
don't know.
school, and then I left and went home and played video games with
No.
my friends.
They are the Golden Eagles.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
look at that. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You played sports for them. How do you not know your own team name?
We didn't have a lot of
Loyalty.
outreach.
A lot of loyalty. Yeah.
Then maybe they were just the Eagles back then. I don't know.
Be funny when they announce the Clippers, you go running out. You're like, oh wait, wrong. My bad.
No, I never was a Clipper or thought I was.
What is a clipper?
Putnam.
ship.
Putnam Clippers.
No, but
Well,
it's a
what
big
is a
rival.
ship?
It's a boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
We were the Clippers, but from a small
Nerd.
town in Rhode Island.
Right? You want to swirlium?
Yeah, what do you?
Are you sure it's not a village in Rhode Island? Because Rhode Island's kind of like a small town.
like swirly, like
Yeah.
my head
like
in the
toilet-
toilet?
Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
toilet.
I don't have hair.
It doesn't matter.
It's just about the experience of
I
us
was
just
gonna
doing it.
say.
They're not like pick the kid with the most hair.
Yeah.
Let's stick his head in the toilet.
It's just
what?
Wasn't bullied. Can't
right now
say.
we're just defending Ellis Tech pride, and we're gonna dunk the Clipper. That's all it is.
You didn't even
Did you go
play
to Ellis?
sports.
I was a centaur.
Oh.
Matt, it's 2 against 1.
Dunk
well,
me too. Just do it. Just do it.
Centaur?
Uh,
Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Valley.
Oh,
Woodstock
okay.
I
Valley
didn't pick
Academy.
the mascot. It's not a great one. You know? Mythological. You know?
It's not real.
What a You
No, we
tell
had
me.
2 of them back then. I don't know what they did with them, but
Yeah,
they had 2
yeah.
of them.
They're gone now.
Did you play sports?
No.
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 You sold eggs to your school.
I sold eggs at school,
Right.
not to the academy.
Right.
I would sell eggs to teachers.
Yeah.
And,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It wasn't awesome bringing all those eggs on the bus. That sucked, dude. I did that a few times, and that was not good.
Oh yeah, there's no way that some bully's not like.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
people would like look at me and be like, "What are you doing with those eggs?" I'm like, "I'm selling them," and then it was like this mutual respect, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're making money.
Yep.
Okay, fine."
Yeah,
Like, I
that
never
was-
got bullied for it. You
All
know
the
what I
weed
mean?
dealers are like, "Yo, homie,
Yeah.
I feel you."
You got another customer?
No, I get that too. Like there's like a certain understanding with
Yeah.
at Ellis too, where like if you were doing it for any reason to make money, if it was part of your job, it was like all
You're
right,
not
Now it's offline.
Cool.
Now it's off limits.
Yep.
We don't like. And I was a janitorial worker at Ellis
No kidding.
during my time there, and the other student, still good friends with, he wouldn't like walk a vacuum down the hall that's crowded, or like through the like if you cut through the gym, it's quicker to go that way. And he was like, "No, there's people in there," and I'm like, "I don't care. This is for work."
So
like
what? Yeah,
to
yeah.
me, it didn't matter, and you know, he kind of caught on with that, but yeah, it was like a thing. Like if it was part of work or entrepreneurship, it was like,
People left you alone.
yeah, there was a respect for it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, which could be why we don't get very many negative comments or anything.
Mm. Right, it's all about
Kind of,
entrepreneurs.
on right now.
kind of boasting.
Yeah,
business.
let me get right on
Well, yeah, I think
that.
it's all positive, you know.
This dude in the
all
overalls is an idiot. Doesn't know how to grow anything. All right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. They got the hat on. My mistake.
Oh man.
That's awesome.
Uh,
Speaking of my old buddy from the Ellis Tech maintenance crew, he's the one who gave us Blanton's.
Blanton's.
Yep. So
What
this
is that?
very expensive bourbon.
Oh,
It's got a killer top.
Very good.
Tell you
And I
what.
know he listens, so thank you, Andy.
Andy.
is that made of brass? What is that?
It's
it's a
so
centaur.
It's not far from
I don't know the story behind it, but each different small batch has a different letter. This is A, and this is like from barrel number 1012, and
That's cool.
you know, it's like all handwritten on there. So
Wow.
it's like this is like as small batch as it gets, and he paid a lot of money for this.
Where does it hail from?
Straight
Feels
from the
Scottish.
barrel bourbon, Blanton's, unfiltered, uncut, and bottled straight from the barrel, 750 milliliters. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, distilled and bottled by Blanton Distilling Company, Frankfort, Kentucky.
Wow.
So, I'm gonna finish this one. I'm gonna have one of these if you want.
I'm not gonna say no to a little sip. Seems like a rare opportunity.
Yep.
No, if you come back, it'll be.
He said.
The bottle's only so full, okay?
He
Doesn't get
said
brought out much.
to make sure you drink it on occasion when you're celebrating.
Okay.
So, I think that's where we're at.
I like that.
Okay.
Can you grab me another glass for
Yes, sir.
Kyle? You want one? You want a sip? You want to try it?
I mean, I'll try it. I'm not.
All right.
I
Grab
have a
another
question,
glass for Adam.
not Kyle. I'm sorry,
Adam.
Adam. I have a question, Adam.
Uh-huh.
I recently learned that the world, like the world's best barista, is a dude. Is that true?
Is it?
I don't know.
It might be. I don't keep up with that stuff because I know they have like competitions and they have all this.
Yeah,
So
he goes to lightsaber competition.
okay, different
I do.
field,
Yeah.
different,
I do. Oh, yeah,
different,
yeah.
different vibes. But is there a correction on barista to male or female? Like, is it baristo?
No,
I don't.
It's
think
not.
one.
Yeah,
It's just
not like
barista.
chauffeur and
Correct.
chauffeuse. It's
Is that really a thing?
yeah.
Chauffeur and
I didn't know
chauffeuse?
I think it is. I learned that from the show Archer, so I'm assuming they're not lying to me.
All bets are off. All bets are off. Okay.
Guys, this
Yes.
is to Andy and lifelong friendships.
You're here,
Alright.
Andy,
Cheers.
and being third in the cancellation list.
Oh, that's a smooth bourbon.
I don't hate that.
See?
Wow.
Interesting. Very good.
Awesome.
Thanks, Andy
Ooh.
and Matt.
You okay?
Hair on my chest. It's
Hair
coming
on
out.
it? No way.
Feeling it?
Yeah.
Instant grow.
It's tickling my extra small shirt.
I've been drinking it for a few years. You can braid my chest hair.
Wow.
I did go to Ellis Tech. I had to do the exploratory and hairdressing for 3 days.
That is 2 TMI statements in 50 seconds.
It's the next week's podcast. It's really great.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Actually, next week is a continuation of Spread the Love. For February, we try to spread the love. If you can, donate. If you can, volunteer at any local food pantry. And next week, we have Brooklyn Cares Community Center, 31 Tiffany Street in Brooklyn, Connecticut. Their number is 860-412-0060. Let me start over. That's 860-412-0060. They are somewhat new to the scene, and they're doing really well. They have a lot of great volunteers. They got a lot of people putting in a lot of effort to make it kind of like a free store for people, and they give a lot of control to the people that are receiving donations. They can walk down aisles and pick out, clothes that they want, clothes that fit them, that kind of thing. It's not just some blanket donation, which is huge because then the donation goes even longer with use. People are keeping it longer and using it more often, that kind of thing. So your money and your donations go to really good use there. And overall, if you can, spread the love through these months. This is always the tougher months for food pantries and donation centers. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. If you can, get out there and buy local with, especially with Dillon and the Daigle Farm and Chubby Dog, both locations, Putnam and Danielson. Appreciate it. If you need a house, call me.
Also, when you did that food pantry plug, did you
Yeah.
see how just natural that was? Why don't you do
Yeah.
your own plug like that?
I'm going to
Just
try.
speak from the heart.
I told you we got to reshoot that.
That was way better. It just sounded like you meant all of it. But when you talk about you, you're like, I am Matt Noren. Hold on, let me start again. I am Matt.
You just got to remember.
I don't. I like talking about other people more than myself, I guess.
No, then I'll do your commercial.
All right. Yeah.
Or,
Not a bad idea.
There you go.
wait, a pre-record?
But I do want to get better at it, so I want to do it for other companies and whatnot. Anyway, so if you're looking for any kind of advertising or you have money to burn, you want me to do a live read or a pre-recorded read, I will. And if you want to do your own pre-recorded read, we will play it on here. We have very, very reasonable rates here at the Community Workbench Podcast.
If you buy him a bottle of Maker's Mark.
Yeah, doesn't even take that much. But and of course, the interviews are always free. If you are an entrepreneur in the area or even outside the area, we want to have you on. We want to hear your story. And thank you guys again
Thank you.
for being here. Remember, as always, buy local, hire local, dine local, volunteer local, donate local, and have great days.